seconds to battle.
刷了一下自己的输出，上路一个蚂蚁，那么这样就已经看。
Radiant structures are fortified.
Перед и Тимбера. Тимбер нужен 3-й уровень, чтобы была пассивочка 2-го уровня, тогда весь спам Бристлбека будет полностью нивелирован.
我说一句话，兄弟们，如果说这一局开局4个步我们都抢到，好的，这一局我就带。 换一个酱油陪着伐木匠，哇，这一锤加上一个死亡旋风，伤害好高。
不过土猫在旁边是
掩护。
Ходит Густав и
Удачно разменивается. У него имеется фласочка, у него много танго, у него много мангусиков. И сейчас ребята элементарно пушат линию. Если Тимбер ошибется, а похоже на то, что он потихонечку ошибается, то можно попробовать взять подвижкой, но Тимбер вытанковывает очень много урона, из-за этого забирает Бристлбек и при этом бегает Питер Спирит. Отличнейшая игра от Тимбера, который не побоялся дать ответочку и в итоге еще успел разобраться с Бристлбеком, и, в общем-то, размен прекраснейший.
Ну, ASUS это делал сознательно. У него были стики, и он, собственно, байтил на эти стики. А в это время гирокоптер стоит сверху против Артизи на Вивере.
Да, вот неприятно. Вот неприятно. Тимбер продолжает стоять на легкой линии. Ему нужен только топорик, чтобы лучше добивать крипов. И, соответственно, вот на 3-м уровне уже будет очень трудно против него бороться. Соответственно, Спириту, возможно, вообще нужно будет уйти и погангать другие линии.
Да, только что в центре наблюдал, как почти убил Мун Сумаила. Сумаил был в опасности, и при этом он потратил салву с минимального запаса здоровья, и эту салву ему сразу же сбил Мун. Он себе несет новую, тратит деньги на реген дополнительный. Это тоже не очень приятно. За это время Клинкс уже успел 4-й уровень получить, пока Сумаил на руну бегал, а вот там реген будет, но там двойной урон, и, конечно же, фласку он себе принес, потратил деньги. Пускай так, Сумаил хотя бы не умер.
Да, ну, Клинкс должен прессовать до 6-го уровня. Только у Алхимика будет 6-й уровень, там как бы и аура Кристалл Мейденки будет отрабатывать на полную. Ну и сам Алхимик, он просто кинул тучку. Удар. Хорош. Красавчик. Он просто кинет тучку, нажмет на ультимейт и будет постоянно регениться. У него будет бесконечная мана и очень-очень много хп. Сейчас так получилось, что Алхимик в Солянова разобрался с Клинксом, и это беда. Это Алхимик, который реально стоит в миди и уничтожает Клинкса, что ненормально.
Да, причем Сумаил, пока Муна нет, и пока он точно знает, что опыт Клинкс не получит за него, он пошел, зашел между Т1 и Т2, да. Отдался, и сейчас вернется с полными ресурсами, уже вернулся.
У Клинкс батя, точнее, Алхимик батя. У Алхимика при этом с собой еще имеется 3 фласки. То есть Сумаил полностью потратил деньги, чтобы у него было хорошее будущее. Как вот сейчас Мун не харасил Сумаила, он просто вытанкует весь урон, добьет большую часть крипов и на верочку получит 6-й уровень. Тут беда. Тут конец для Клинкса.
В центре интересно.
На 6-м уровне Клинкс может вешаться. Тут вообще без вариантов. Алхимик его уничтожит. По фарму без шансов.
Нинджа Буги выходит.
Хотя, слушай, Винга молодец. Винга помогает.
А ты говорил, что она может роумить, а?
Да. Так и есть. Ну, Тимбер на легкой линии. Тимбер стоит, как бы у Тимбера уже все нормально. Он может один стоять, взрослый мальчик. И, соответственно, Винга тоже может роумить. Я бы на месте Спирта тоже бы пошел роумить.
А он и пошел. Он в это время оформил на пару там с Вивером и с Crystal Maiden Ио.
То есть складывается очень приятная ситуация, при которой вардов у Минески нет в тех местах, где бегает Airspeed. И Airspeed очень удобно одновременно бить и центр, и верх.
Да, попадает краешком, цепляет Муши. Еще и Роллинг Болдер есть, но приходит Висп и отрегенивает Муши. Не хватает до смерти. И этот дайв в итоге оказался провальным для команды Evil Geniuses.
Вот единственное, под вышечку лезть нежелательно. Все-таки там и Висп, который может подхилить, и гирокоптер, у него имеется стики, так что далеко так.
Алхимик баночку накручивает по Муши. Муши ставит ракету.
Их могут двоих убить.
Есть святыня, но Флаю главное до нее дойти, прожимать стики, Флай живет. Под святыней очень хорошо. Evil Geniuses тут же пошел сворм по троим. Нужно разбивать жуков. Артизи пошел за Джабсом. У Джабса маловато здоровья, есть спириты. Джабс пока что живет. Удар под Crystal Maiden не добивает. Слишком мало атаки. Также в террор на развороте. Но Артизи выживает и сразу прожимает себе фласочку.
Веселые каточки. Реально веселые карточки. Дабла-трипла против даблы-триплы. Как бы роумит 1 и 2. И даже Алхимик успел поучаствовать в замесе сверху.
Но он в это время фармил лес. Я вот как раз наблюдал, чем там занимается Сумаил. А он себе легкий и средний нейтральный спот фармил просто тут. А у Муши
这种环境里面嘛，
对的，就牧师的矮人直升机几乎都是抗压的，但是。
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Crossfire takes you.
这波不亏，666。
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Down into the deep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Very difficult to close this game out if they don't continue to make plays and dominate all of their lanes. The mid tower is a good step, but I think you want to take top tower and possibly set up to do an early Roche before 15 minutes or so. I don't think you can ever do it with the Alchemist alive and a Radiance.
Yeah, Alchemist has a great start too, so that Radiance is not going to be long for the away, basically. And the Timbersaw, though, if he has a Spirit Vessel in time to hit that timing, that will be huge.
They know the orbs are here. Look at Fly smoked up.
Lane.
This is good. Yeah, bottom lane. They get the kill on S4. Looks like they should, but he just keeps juking around. He hasn't died yet. He's still trying to run. Will get hit. And now top. Bugs are flying in. We do have a stun from the Alchemist. They want to bring down Gyro. Here comes the ult to get a slow run down. Jab's almost dead as well. Finally will die. Now on the backside, Fly dies. They're still trying to chase. It's Crit versus Mushi. There goes Arteezy out of there. And it looks like he's just going to TP on out. Is he good? He is.
Timbersaw is a moving wall. The minute he TPs in, run away. EG knows this. They have no way to deal with him. And you saw Alchemist. The minute he saw the Timbersaw TP, he ran for the hills.
It's a level 9 Clinks versus a level 6. Obviously, you can just do that, but does get the bounty.
This is the issue with Weaver. Is that if you don't have a game where you're able to do what Timber did in this game, like you want to lane by yourself with an advantage to just hang out and pressure. If you don't get that, like you're level 7 Weaver, like you're just not scary at all. They dust, they do, keeps the bug alive.
Yep, it does.
That's really important. It fades the minute they can't see it.
Look at that armor. Just right there, and that's it. That's going to be a kill. I like that.
Really well played by Fly. If he's late on that dust, then the bug disappears, and I don't know if that kills as easy or possible.
Well, middle, this is going to be a ganker to swap him in. Of course, you have the Timber.
Oh, he dodges
the stun with his ultimate. Nice play by Sumail there.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously intentional.
Yeah.
It was.
It's TI, guys. It's TI. Of course it was.
Okay, I couldn't tell if you were being genuine.
I mean, has Sumail won a TI?
Not for a couple of years.
Yes. Yeah, not for at least 2 years.
But you'd think you lose the TI blood. I mean, I'm sure TI won as well. You'd think they still have the TI blood in them or no?
I mean, you have to ask Puppy. He's the only one.
All right. I'll ask him.
He'd probably say
feel it? Yeah, he probably would.
He'd say I'm a TI winner.
Yeah. He would. And he is.
It's true.
So this Weaver, we talked about him. What does he just want to go in a lane and sit there by himself? He
wants to do this. He's like the only guy that can actually play offlane against this Timber now. So he wants to just continue pressuring, recover, really XP more than anything else.
Yep. And he just goes the Urn, doesn't finish off the Spirit Vessel.
It's a strange choice. I don't know if I agree with that. If you want to go Spirit Vessel, it's a bit awkward, but I can understand the reasoning. I think you're just taking the Urn away from your Wisp now. Doesn't Wisp want Urn exclusively? What did he buy instead?
Let's check. A bottle and a Soul Ring.
Yeah. I don't think you ever want to take the Urn purchase away from your Wisp. It's like...
Unless you're committing
core item. I remember playing 5 with Zach's Wisp, and I would say, oh, I can buy Urn, I'm rich.
By the way.
Yeah, and he'd say, no. Like, just veto hard. I'm buying Urn, I am Wisp. That was his reasoning.
Okay. Well, look at this. We have a full 5-man rotation coming down. It's only Fly currently, but this is looking like it could possibly just be a kill into a tier 1 tower, unless Fly gets out.
Alk has a Radiance 12.5 minutes in.
It's pretty good. But it still doesn't mean he's online, right? Very easy to burst, especially with a 10%.
Yeah, you want usually Blink Manta.
Yeah.
You usually make one rotation with Blink or Radiance.
Are you going to game like this? It's going to be the Blink. Yeah. Like after Radiance Blink, they dive the Bristle, they reload, and then you have Sumail there ready to blink in with the stun counter initiate, because he will just kill the Wisp by himself. I also love his build, maxing the stun before 4 points Q.
Look at this. Here we go. They're going to take a ton of damage. Ninja Boogie's going to run in from the other side. Here comes the relocate from the IO, though. Nice silence from Crit. Will it be enough to save him? Doesn't look like it yet, and they do end up getting Ice. On the backside, Ninja Boogie will get it re-put on it, but Crit is trying to go in. S4 will end up getting them, and this is just a bloodbath. It's a 3 for 2. Ninja Boogie as well. Might go down. 30 HP Fly. 1 second. Oh, he goes the other way. It's nighttime. S4 knows now. Oh, does he have a... Will he use it? Yeah, and it's enough.
Meanwhile, Weaver's just farming bottom, too.
How... Was that just Crit? Was that 3-man silent out of reload?
That was all the
game changer.
Yep.
And that's the thing,
and
right?
that's our Spirit first reload.
It is. We talked about it quite a bit, and there you see it on the back line. Look at that instant 3-man silence, not only just on the reload, but as well onto the Timbersaw.
The fact that they managed to kill the Timbersaw is pretty surprising to me. That was insane amount of damage coming out from the Bristle as well as the Radiance burn.
That was like 12 seconds of magnetized on 3 heroes.
And you guys were talking about levels right now. Everyone's actually getting levels in this game. Venge is lagging a little behind, but I mean, we have 3 level 12s at 14 minutes, which is pretty rare, I'd say.
That was big for EG, because that was like Mineski's chance to sort of turn the game. If they land the kill on Alk and then clean up, all of a sudden Roche is a possibility. You can take top tower, but when you're on the back foot against Alchemist, like look how farmed Sumail is. Like, the entire advantage of EG is all on the ALK right now.
And he is good queuing up the Blink next. Just really wants to be active, knowing that they don't exactly have a fight starter. Earth Spirit's a hero that wants to either counter-initiate or go in second. It enables him, when you have a hero that jumps the lines and causes a lot of chaos, to set up for your abilities. Because people, they're thinking about you before you initiate, but the minute a fight breaks out, they're no longer remembering their positioning nearly as well, so...
Why drums on gyro? I know I still see it, but like the stats are garbage, right? Like
it's just the movement speed and mana.
Movement speed, okay.
It's just like a slightly stat item. Bottom lane at the rune.
It will get picked up by Jabs. Actually, will he die for it? More than likely, might. We're gonna see it roll away. Actually,
Find
they didn't want to go over here. Yeah, Alchemist by himself. He's already ulted up right now, getting done. Now he is just dead. Didn't get his stun off, and well. That's a huge kill for Meneski.
Clinks is going Orchid as well, something we haven't really talked about. Will be quite good against the Weaver, CM, and the Earth Spirit.
And Bloodthorn eventually.
Yeah, not an item we see very often anymore on anybody, really.
I like S4's choice. You would usually...
my bad.
Backdoors the top tower.
Yeah.
He has the dust.
He does pop it. Will they get a stun up? Does he have a boulder? He does.
He's still pretty fast.
Yeah, he is. But look at this
goose dude.
I think they're super scared of the relocate, right? But I don't know. S4 is just going to goo him up, minus armor, hit him with the quills.
Wow.
He's a blade mill, by the way. Bottom. Stun on Crystal Main. Rocket flies to the Weaver.
This is a super good blade mill game. Yeah. Reflect all of the Timbersaw damage. Clinks relies on bursting you and strafe. And Gyro has uncontrollable damage as well.
Arteezy on top of him. Fly will go down, as you said. Mushi with the ulti, and Arteezy has to run. There is dust on top of him, but in comes Sumail. They get the stun. Ninja Boogie will definitely die here, and they get the tier 1, though. You're a 1-for-1 trade, but you get tier 1.
He did lose the Clinks top during that time, though.
You did.
And
well, that was before, but
almost. I'm just saying it all happens as a ski. Like because of all the action going on top, they're able to get the kills bottom. Yules cancels the TP on the Bristle. It might take him down if he chooses to chase, but no blade mill, still on cooldown. And looks like he's playing very scared. It seems like on the Timbersaw when they have no tower there.
It's a really interesting game because both teams are sort of playing around their survivability, right?
Yeah. And
it's just going to come down to does the target you initiate on die or not.
Yeah.
And it's a tough game to read. I think Meneski will run into damage problems once you have like a Crimson Guard on the Bristleback, a couple more items on Sumail, but same could be said for EG. If you get to a point where Timber catches up to within shouting range, the Alk, you can't really take him down. And is anyone, how close is Crit to Super Earn right now? Or Spirit Vessel?
Decently close.
About,
almost got the
about 900 gold.
Yeah, that's the key item. That is the shutdown on your Wisp and your Bristleback. Sorry, Timbersaw.
The Timbersaw does have a Yules.
Yeah.
The Timbersaw does have a Yules, though.
Yeah.
And it's something that he built to help with their catch issues, setting up a relocate, and it really does deal preemptively with the Spirit Vessel.
All right. Well,
it's going to be the item that might decide this game.
Look at this item. He has the Orchids. Weaver.
Weaver. If he gets the Sakuchi off, he's fine.
But he gets the Sakuchi off, so he will. And S4 gets the top tower. Everyone's sitting behind him, but Arteezy, like you said, just playing in the lane by himself.
He's still looking.
Yeah.
But Arteezy's onto him. He knows. He's seen the Oblivion staff, so it's something where this is exactly why he is scared. He knows that the potential Orchid is finished, and he wants to see Clink show himself, which he does, and he knows the Orchid is complete at this point.
Really good game sense from Arteezy, though.
So what is Meneski? Obviously, I mean, we see it's a 4K lead for EG, but I mean, a ton of it's Alchemist. Like, Meneski's not too scared right now, right? Or are they?
If this continues, though, they will run into the classic 6-slotted Alchemist at 25-30 minutes, and that's an issue.
Scary.
That's an issue. Bottom lane looks like they're trying to set up on Weaver.
Oh,
knows he's there.
He doesn't have Orchid. He already used it 5 seconds. They have the rocket.
They got the rocket on, though.
They can reload still if they want as well. He should be able to get another Sakuchi up. No, he doesn't. What a play. Now it'll slow him down enough. He gets hit. It will be a stun from Crit, but it hits no one, and that's just nice job by Moon scouting him out in the trees there middle. Blade Mill pops. They don't want to do too much damage. They'll just wait it off, though. Goo goes on. Hit him with the slow. Sumail comes on middle. Will there be enough damage? It looks like there will. He is going to swap him out. Ninja Boogie helping him keep it. S4, he wants more. Doesn't look like he will find it, but now reloads coming in. They need to get out of here. Will they be able to? Crit here gets the silence. Damn, Crit with these silences out of those reloads.
Immediate disengage with the buyback.
Oh. Okay.
Where's he going?
Yeah, I was like,
there's someone over there.
Oh, there is. It's an IF. They knew where he was.
Oh,
smart.
They knew where he was going to be.
Yeah.
Even better.
That was really impressive, though. The minute the Venge bought back, you saw an instant like change of mindset from EG. Instant disengage and like the silence and run away. Nobody hesitated, lingered, saying, "Oh, are we going with the silence?" It was a silence immediately. Everyone runs away.
Is this
good communication from EG?
And we saw Earthspear fall off a little because right in these non-roaming metas, like obviously he's rough in the laning phase, right? But once you somehow get past that, isn't he similar to Phoenix, right? The heavy team fight, kind of. Well, he was bad laning phase a while. So you doubled the fire spirits, but why isn't Earthspear picked more?
It's just the laning stage.
And they don't. Not every team's got a crit.
Yeah, and he's a very high skill cap hero. So with all the nerfs, you have to be insanely good at him to make him even potentially worth it.
I was praising Sumail earlier, but I gotta say, crit looks like he's rapidly approaching the form that he had when his team was winning majors.
So it looks like 3 bounty runes go to Mineski there. Pretty important with the alch in the game. I think Mineski's still got a good shot in this game. They have BKB on the gyro, and like you said, it's 4K net worth.
This isn't even game. Oh, that's very even out.
I'm pointing that out though because it's 4K net worth lead, and to a lot of viewers, they just see it as 4K. They're down by 4K, but like I completely agree. This is a very even game, and I agree that it's really hard to tell where this game's going to go. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 huge fights.
Yeah, the next one's Roche, right?
Yeah, and they're going to decide Roche. And that's what is going to swing the game.
Ice's item build is messing with our understanding of this, because if he's going as traditional, like Bloodstone, maybe a Solar Crest if he wanted it in this game, versus a Spirit Vessel, like I feel like the Wisp should have a Spirit Vessel, and he should just be itemizing to carry. Instead, he's gone for 2 build-up items. And what is he getting next?
This Wisp is getting a BKB first item.
Like,
Wisp is going BKB.
This is a support Timbersaw. Ice is arguably the greatest offlaner in Dota history. Like, let it rock out.
Don't question the IO gyro.
He's not a base player.
Yeah, but
he's going for a straight BKB and 25% XP gain. That's kind of interesting that you're trying to get that level 25, but then you don't have the 45 damage. Like, to synergize with why you're getting the level 25, so a little interesting there.
I mean, you just want Ags ASAP with a gyro, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for the Timber as well. Tether either one of them.
But the level 25.
Now you see the triangle will be farmed by Sumail. Has Blink Manta going Octarine next. Is this just you get Octarine as well as Shivas and you just march down a lane again, or?
I don't know if you ever can march down a lane. I feel like the team that gets initiated on is going to innately have an advantage in this game, unless he gets bursted immediately. And that just seems so unlikely with the amount of peel and sustain and tank ability for both sides.
Yeah.
I was going to comment earlier that I wasn't sure if S4 was going to finish that Crimson, and it looks like he's just going straight hard.
Into Timber?
Easy.
I can see it. I get, the concept is Mineski.
Prints in your backside.
Position. Separated himself from the rest of his team, allows himself to be able to get the easy return kill on that Huskar.
They do lose Lena for it, but
are scanning.
No team has a clear-cut timing here, in my eyes. They do have the BKB being worked on the Clinks, and he's almost done with that, so that will be pretty important for him. Once he has BKB, he's unkillable during the BKB duration.
Radiant scans, they might think that the Dire is doing Roshan right now, because they scan the hill, they're like, well, that's a Rosh spot.
They're going to smoke right after it fades.
Look at this.
They're looking to go on the mid here with the Blink out.
Oh, and they do. They're going to jump on him. Do we have a relocate? We sure do. Will the stun be in time? It will be.
That's because of the nerf to IO, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
He could have just dodged that Earth Spirit.
Is the bug going to be enough to kill him? Oh, the Spirit Vessel to finish him off. Arkeezy does get the bug. Or the kill with the bug.
And that's why we haven't seen as nearly as much IO recently. That's the part of IO that got nerfed. The defensive relocates. You stun yourself because you are channeling the relocate. So he can't dodge these type of projectiles.
Yeah, look at that up there. He just
moved. In the previous patches, he just moved.
Yeah, they're out. I mean, as far as free kicks go, that's about as good as the one Close had against Sweden earlier.
Oh my god, he just solo killed the Clinks on crit.
What?
He just solo killed Moon bottom.
He did. My bad. I was watching the Roche and he just popped oldie, silence, kicked, and with the Spirit Vessel.
Wow.
I think Crit is owning this game, I believe.
Really? What
Yes.
makes you say that?
His amazing plays as well as being a support player while still shining before Sumail and Arteezy.
Most importantly,
Yes.
fabulous hair.
Yeah, very, very luscious hair.
Yep. But now,
One of the few players to not change his hairstyle or his preferred 4 positions.
which is crazy, right? I mean,
What are his
you actually
preferred
think
4
about it.
positions?
That would be
Spirit, Elder Titan,
I mean, I'm just trying to help the viewers at home.
etc.
Yeah.
I don't have 2 more, sorry.
Okay, well.
That's where you're supposed to chime in, but...
Okay, well.
Is this an aggressive play by Arteezy? He does not have the Aegis.
He's got BKB, though.
He does. But still, do you really want to use it just going for 1 bounty? Well, Crit tips him for it. He's like, thanks for the gold.
S4's changed it for an AC, which will enable a lot of his teammates, to be frank. They have so much physical damage on the side of Mineski.
Dude, wasn't it an 8K lead? They got 4 bounties, it's 11.
Yeah, it's because of Alchemist.
Welcome now. Yep.
Bounties are already worth enough as is, but then the Alchemist makes them worth, what is it, 3.5 times as much? Yeah.
Wow. He got like nearly 1,500 gold from that.
When you get bounties right now, they're worth 90 gold. He gets 3.5 times, so he gets, what is it, 315 gold per bounty? That's pretty nuts.
And we see bottom. They just get out of there. Now Sumail, he's looking around. Move.
Had a sentry.
They did have sentry now instead.
Mid-animation of throwing it.
Tried to jump forward, stun him, but he'll just sit there with the Octarine healing anyways.
This is the point in the game where EG's happy. You have nearly... Your Alchemist is essentially 6-slotted, thanks to the Aegis.
Yeah.
He's strong enough that he can bully the enemy team, and your Weaver Bristle have these core items that are going to enable their own survivability.
Butterfly?
And it keeps Crit alive, and then he's going to land the free kicks. Come through with the Spirit Vessel. Team fights are easy.
Well, it's gonna be you don't like. I was hearing you don't like the butterfly BSJ.
I'm just. It's an interesting item. It emphasizes damage output, and I think he has to output a lot of damage very quickly. So I don't hate it. Yeah. I just feel like my problem with this overall strategy for Mineski right now is if IO's dead, they don't have a strategy, and IO dies to Blink Alk.
Yeah. It also feels like the support Timbersaw build and the Clinks just both feel like they don't have a purpose at the moment. I'm not really sure how they would change their game.
Look at this. Are they going to find the Timber? The Spear Vessel does go on him. The bug still stays on here in the Yule. Now they get the stun up. Wally Timber Change. He does get swapped back if they can bring him down. Doesn't look like Ninja Boogie doing his damnedest to do it, but Ninja Boogie will die. So will the Timber now. Sumail, he doesn't have the age. He does have the age, pardon me, and he's going to be fine just diving on the backside. Mushi's trying to do damage to anyone, but no one's going to die except maybe the Aegis of Sumail.
He had an Arcane Rune during that ult, so it's still 15 seconds though. He has a Blink Dagger.
Oh, the bugs go in just to try to scare him out. Sumail will just run through it. Spear Vessel gets put on someone on the backside. Now, Timbersaw is in I believe he's in the wrong neighborhood.
I think he called a pickle.
Yeah, he is in a dill for
Dude, he's
sure.
a cucumber at this point.
Yeah.
It's the only different. It's vinegar.
Yeah. How can you go from a pickle back to cucumber?
Look, let's not make
going on the island as we mentioned with the Blink Stun.
Nice double stun by Crit again. Hits Moon, hits Jeff. They try to bring him down. Mushi's gonna die as well. Moon is doing a lot of damage, but not enough. And yep, Sumail's alive. And he has the Octarine as well. This, it's not game yet, obviously, but this could be 2 sets of racks. Top and middle.
I don't think they have a way to come back in this game.
But they're not calling it, so we shouldn't.
I agree. I think that maybe they give it one last hurrah, but they're going to definitely lose 2 lanes. Yeah. The net worth advantage is suddenly 18,000. Wasn't it less than 10,000 like 4 minutes ago?
Yep. Now, after this racks, more than likely going to be 20. Then you have the 30-minute bounty runes coming up soon. What? I mean, you have a Gyra, right? Obviously, maybe you defend, you get a Divine Rapier, you make some amazing play, but you're versus Bristle with Blade Mill. That's the problem. Blade Mills.
The Blade Mill simply owns the entire line of Mineski. Very good purchase.
What's Crit's scoreline this game?
His scoreline 5-3-15.
Yeah.
You saw that double stun in base again. He is just playing out.
He solo killed the Clinks also when they were taking Roche.
Yes. This is the EG that people waited a long time to see. I just like the way
Are you satisfied?
Are you?
They've been asking all year if the punks are satisfied. We know you're a punk, but are you satisfied, Kyle?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, This is what, their 5th game so far. There's still a lot of Dota to be played.
Yeah.
So far,
Their own.
if I were, like, when I came into this tournament, I kind of thought EG was one of those teams that could make a huge run in this tournament.
Yeah.
For the reasons that they're showing us right now,
Yeah.
which is nice to see.
Will they be able to have the same performance when they aren't covering what you might see as an issue in the draft, like weak lanes?
Yeah.
When their mid player isn't just killing.
Solo killing.
Yeah.
Isn't that how they won TI5, though?
Pretty much.
Now, I'm not like trying to take away from anyone else on the EG that won TI5, but I feel like that was the X factor.
The Shiki versus
Okay, well, bottom, this could be the fight. They place a ward down. They will get vision.
They have the blink Shivas.
Here we go. Ninja Boogie will get stunned up, and he's just going to get right-click down. Bugs are going to fly in. Not dead yet. Sumail actually taking a ton of damage. He is taking so much moves. He is owning around the shrine too. It's a 1-for-1. Ninja Boogie does die, but looks like everyone else will just run away. S4, he didn't even feel like coming.
And he did not recognize just how much damage you take from a gyrocopter with an Ag's tether from a Wisp.
Yes, it's a lot.
Standing in your face.
Yes.
And Wisp is going to get a BKB off that.
Well, the bounty runners are there, but they're going to instead go for the IO. I like it. Clinks will take it finally, and now Jabs will get uphill. The mech will help him out from the Timber, so I was like, wait, Timber still has a mech? Sure does.
Nah, he's fine.
No, he's fine. Like I said.
Crit. Won't get the rocket kill.
He has BKB done on IO. That's a pretty huge deal for fights. But at this point, they're going to need a lot of fights to go right, and Roche is spawning in the next 2 to 5 minutes, so if they can manage to take 1 or 2 good fights before that and get the Roche, they kill it really quick. So if they can win one, they even get like 1 or 2 kills.
I don't think Mineski wins a fight into Aegis unless they have a Rapier, and then they need a little bit of luck. So if they can get the Rapier up maybe before the Aegis fight,
you see what they did to Alchemist. They can do that, but only once because they need their BKBs. So if they can prevent the Aegis, like you said.
It's going to be tough, right? S4 wasn't there with his Blade Mill. Like, you can't control where your flat cannons go in fights. Isn't that a big deal?
Indeed. And
you get another Blade Mill, too.
And especially with the Butterfly build, like, Gyro's got a Wisp
no HP.
but 1600 HP.
He's getting an Ags on Sumail as well. Who's it going for?
It has to be, I think, Weaver, right?
For sure, 100% Weaver. That is so broken.
But Earth Spirit.
No, you give it to Weaver. Well, theoretically, this point though, both Weaver and Earth Spirit with Ags ultimates have the ability to save Alchemist, which is a really cool X factor in the EG draft. The Alch really never falls off because he can always play super aggressive and either get friendly time lapsed or turned into stone.
Wow. Or Bristleback could goo everyone.
Dude, my man Grant, give me something.
What did he say?
You weren't watching.
I
you
wasn't
made a
listening.
reference that was both Dota 2 lore and ancient Greek mythology, and you were over there still stuck in the checkout line.
Yeah. 11 items.
But for real, who do you think I think it's Weaver, right? Or do you think it might be Earth Spirit?
It is Weaver.
Okay.
That low cooldown's ridiculous. And we saw exactly how Mineski wins fights. Alchemist is going to throw himself at you, and they have to be able to kill him, and Weaver will be able to reliably time-lapse him to save him.
No, it's a fun thing to do. This ain't the newbie stream, but if you know you can look at spells and hit Alt and read extra things the ability does, which is very cool to see.
Very helpful for players like Grant, who mainly are kept up in the lore.
It is. It actually is really cool to learn, though.
Do you know what planet Weaver hails from?
Yes. Norgtherin. I don't know. There's a smoke bottom, but they're not going to find anyone. They're just going to push to tier 2. Do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is the last tier 2 for EG to take, which is really nice for them, which lets them go through any other lane to get to the Rack's bottom.
I am going to start calling you Grandolph, though.
Okay.
The lore master.
Grandolph.
Too late.
I even see a few gray hairs up there. That's perfect.
That's true.
But Roche is up. That is the key objective for both teams. You even see the circle being drawn on the map.
We'll just stay at Roche. Let's see if they go. No, they're killing shrines instead. Okay,
yeah,
I'm fine with
EG is no rush to take this Roche, but Neski has to prevent it. If they let this Roche happen, you're going to see some desperate plays happen, I believe, around this Roche.
What's our Rapier watch?
Our Rapier watch is currently at less than 1,000.
Yeah, once they get this Rapier, they're going to make a sub play for sure, and they have to make it depending on if EG forces this Roche.
That's pretty crazy. Do you think EG forcing it right now, or why are they not?
Even if you have to use somebody's buyback, but I mean, Brittle can just run in and pop late now. If you bait out a Venge swap, like, you're going to win the fight, but I can understand their hesitancy.
I was going to say Vlad's on somebody on Radiant's going to be necessary to deal with Mega Creeps as well as help the Gyro, and they're already queuing it up on the Wisp, and I think Gyro's going to have to go next item, Satanic.
And look at, we talked about him, but this Clinks as well is going to do a reasonable amount of damage once they get MKB, but I guess Moon
They're
is
hitting
still
Roche on the side of EG. They have to contest this.
I got a question. Is there any way to make Roshan not attack the bug? Or is that it's guaranteed he attacks the bug?
If you're already attacking Roche, and you have to de-aggro Roche from yourself, and then it'll hit the bug until the bug dies. If it's already hitting the bug, it will hit it until it dies.
Yeah, you need to be hitting Roche from like inside of him, and then use bugs.
Okay. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, now
I didn't either. Thank you.
Go.
The other way is to make him clap, because it resets his aggro. So if you make him clap and then you're closer to him than the bug and you're attacking him, then he will
is knowledge. This is actually straight knowledge. Facts. No printer. Well, it looks like they're both going to TP out, and here we go. They're just going to hit this tier 3. This definitely could be the fight to end all fights right now. Timber, he's just saying hello.
I just want to point out that I just realized what you just said.
Yep.
Just straight facts.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I joined the conversation.
Here we go. Mushi is going to pop that ultimate, and right now, see you later. He dies so quickly. You have the rapier, and it is doing so much damage. Do we have an Aegis? No, not on man. That's 3 for 0.
And that, folks, is why you can first 2 IO Gyrocopter.
Still.
If you were wondering, it's because he just has an extra attack thanks to the side gunner every 1.1 seconds, and that's doing 600 damage.
That's a lot.
And then when you attack everything, you're doing that much damage to every target for 6 attacks. And if you do,
and it used to be 9.
That's 3,000. Used to be 9, but now it's 6.
Yeah.
3,000 AoE damage in addition to your spells, the side gunner auto attacks, the wisp ball.
He's got that Satanic coming out, so suddenly the way they can deal with this gyro, they have the BKB IO. He's gonna have a Vlad's too, and then. Let's not forget, and he's level 21 on IO.
This gets scary for the EG supports too, because if they don't have like a Glimmer or Ghost Scepter or Yules, like they will die to flak hits. And it's so deceiving because you don't really see them, sort of like BB gun pellets, and then you just take 2 to the noggin.
I'm surprised they're not queuing up Ghost Scepters.
Yeah, same.
I think Ghost Scepters are the only way you can reliably kind of forget about the flak and still play your hero. Because you can't possibly position around.
Or you just do this, Blade Mail. Queued up on the Earth Spirit.
But he's going to have the Satanic, so...
Yeah, that's
Blade Mails, they're still effective, though.
I'm surprised. Do you think, like, were they not expecting the Rapier to be ready? I mean, it was a great play for
the Sacred Relic. Did not expect.
They saw the Sacred
Relic. But they didn't
Relic.
expect it, right? You don't push up and just...
How do you not expect it when you see the Sacred Relic in his inventory?
You know what it is?
I feel like they underestimated it.
It's because they smoked and went to enemy Secret Shop. And Dire had a ward on Radiant Secret Shop. They didn't see Gyrocopter go there or Courier. They're like, oh,
wow, maybe you're right.
I mean, we did see him TP.
It's the little things, man. Looks like they're trying to make something happen mid lane on the side of EG. They are not smoked up, but they're on the high ground with the gems, so they know they don't see them.
This gets... You are really not ahead anymore on EG. You can't get any more items on your Alk, and
Gyrocopter... You're ahead at 22k, though.
It's like...
But it's IO Gyro. Like, Gyro's net worth is so inflated.
But isn't it the fact that there's 2 lanes, right, that are pushing? It means they always have to push out lanes, like, separately, right? Or else they get backdoored in their own base.
True. I just don't know how you end the game on the side of EG.
Yeah, and Megas are no problem.
Yeah,
Timber saw Gyrocopter.
They're just annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it makes it so Mineski can't leave their base.
Yeah, and I would be... I still think EG's in the driver's seat. They're probably favored, like, 8-2, but... The Timbers items, if he had like 6 or 7k more net worth because he didn't go full support items, could be a different story.
Look at this, they're marching down bottom. This is very scary.
Jabs has a regen rune bottled up. That's something that's completely irrelevant in a fight like this.
And also, don't forget the Venjor as well with the gyro.
Here we go. We're going to see a silence just come out on the Timber. Guardian Greaves will take it off. They are taking this tier 4 though.
Spirit Vessel. They can swap them in if they want, but they're not going to.
Dead.
Yeah. I like this play though. Play around the Bristle now, not the Alchemist.
Is he going to be dying?
Yeah.
They're playing very slowly on the side of Mineski. I think that's okay, but if you take too long, you're going to lose your base.
Yep. As you said, because just the creeps are pushing in middle and top now, because they're forced to defend bottom. And
Clinks is not at base.
Yep, he needs C to creep.
He's waiting 1 second. Pop it.
I guess that's what they're waiting for.
There we go. Yep, and there it is.
TPing in.
And here we go. They're already in on this side. S4 taking a ton of damage right now. Weaver.
Oh my god.
And what a play. Arteezy with that axe helps S4 get out of the base. And now they're running forward. Here comes the stun. Possibly, yes, it hits 2 up there. Mushi not doing as much damage anymore, but still does a decent chunk. Sumail does end up dying with a Scotty from Arteezy recently. And he does. He is just doing an insane amount of damage. That's a dieback from Mushi. And Jab, he will not make it out fly with the freeze. And now Arteezy, though, be careful. He has the Aegis. He has his ulti as well. Doesn't even get much HP, but better positioning. Stun flies from Ninja. He pops the Aegis, but he will die as well. And, well, we see the gifted bag.
Does anybody else remember when Sumail bought that 6th, 7th item blade mail on Alk against the sniper rapier?
It was legend.
And he killed the sniper almost instantly. Put a blade mail in his inventory. They had 3 blade mails.
Yeah, you give credit to but CM and Earth Spirit.
No, CM didn't have one.
He did.
It was Earth Spirit.
We're gonna find out.
I mean, unless he dropped it, I looked at his inventory.
Who do you guys want to believe? Because we can look at the scoreboard right now.
It could have been a Glimmer Cape, and I could be mistaken.
有盾的情况下，这个时候老干爹还是
稍微的
不太好处理的。
对，
老干爹这个阵容呢，打哈斯卡1条命非常容易，但是打
clear out waves. Yeah, if they get mega creeps for whatever reason and they want to continue to play on, that's always sort of a concern. Nobody hit 15 denies, by the way.
They're teasing us. Things sitting at 14. Mind control needs 3 for us to battle. Or stat.
This'll come in handy.
And it's certainly not the item progression thing. Do you feel like he really needs that force down? Get it away from the husk.
Yeah. He needs the Hurricane Pike pretty bad.
Get a Hurricane. Push him away. Back, back. They just want kiting.
I mean, you want to extend the fight for as long as you can because you've got Bloodseeker and Venomancer.
Yeah. But at the same time, LGD also need to kite the Huskar.
Goes both ways. Everyone on the side of LGD building BKBs. They're reluctant to take another bad fight though. It's like, that's how you throw the game. And 5 minutes ago, this game looked unlosable. And now all of a sudden...
FY. Trying to force something out of GH. Just chills up on the high ground.
Now things are a little bit more reset. Neither side.
Do you think that LGD is being too scared?
I think they're just cautious right now. Maybe there's an element of fear into it, because if you lose another fight, it doesn't take a lot. Like, one fight swings at 5k, 6k, right? Another fight will do the same. All of a sudden, they went from 1% to 6%. They gained 5 times the amount of winning chance off of one team like Cav. Do that twice more. Suddenly, you're ahead.
Who has the refresher? Oh, double global. Of course. Oh, a big force tap. That's going to put Miracle in an awkward position. GH still going to try to help him out with that damage reduction, and he's fighting strong. Echo Slam's not going to be enough. He still has the BKB going. Miracle jumps in a little bit farther. Does manage to finish off Ame, who immediately buys back FY with his BKB. Shadowblade on the side, going to be spotted. He will not escape a 4-man Fisher before he dies, but neither one of those supports have buyback. Liquid win another fight. It did cost them double global.
Yes. But at the same time, little by little. And Ame bought back.
Yeah, that's a win condition available now. for Liquid.
I can't even believe that this game is... What are we at now? What's the Dota puff? I like seeing this.
Well, first, we're going to... it's about like 9%. Look at that long jump. They're thinking, oh, we force-staffed him out of position, but they've got Blinks, they've got GH Tether. And Miracle's BKB just lasted so long. FY couldn't handle it. Tried to go for that Echo Slam. That was their 10-second pick off on Matumba Man, PSG LGD. They may not be winning team fights, but they can certainly catch heroes out non-stop.
Slowing a little bit of the momentum at least.
Big advantage, both Lina and Enchantress do scale pretty well into the late game. We've got now the level 5 impetus damage for Enchantress. I like Kuro's very realistic. He holds no delusions about him turning. Like level 20? Yeah, Arcane. That's how you can tell which supports are like delusional.
I thought you were going to talk about his refresher.
I believe.
Hey, they're going to go for it again.
Another attempted push into the high ground. Maybe he can
popped
sit so far back that he can just chip away at this tier 3. But he's got to be careful when his Linken's is down.
God, bro takes so much damage. Just from one spear.
So Kuro's trying to get it there, pop that Linken, so we can get a rupture, a life break in. Stats. Rupture on a challenge. They're going to try and life break, finish him off pretty easily. But that is BKB used by Miracle. LGD just back out. They see GH, they see a gem. FY sees an opportunity, get a kill onto the support, but now he's ruptured. Now he's silenced. He does have the BKB, but he does not have a TP. He just puts that from his backpack into his stash, jump baited by a gem. Relocate out. Get yourself some bounty runes. It is relocate cooldown. That's what I was going to talk about earlier. You get to level 25, you got the relocate cooldown. You always get those bounty runes.
Dude, he took the 15 health regen. That's a teammate.
Yeah.
Austin, real talk, I've never played this hero. I'm taking the 150 GPM. How dare you? You didn't until I told you. Don't just make assumptions. Alright, so the mythical Liquid Roche fight. So from 22k, they brought it all the way down to 10.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable to me.
And that probability has gone to about 85%, I would guess.
1% to 15. That's the...
And now another Roshan. I'm going to presume that's going to take it a little bit further. Oh, man. Yo, oh, okay. Is this right? Mind Control is trying to get a Radiance. What about an Aghanim Scepter? Be real, this guy's he's just a rupture machine, right?
I don't know.
These guys are all building Hurricane Pikes and stuff to try and get away from the Huskar. Punish that.
I'm not sure if Radiance is a play too, though. You've got MKBs already.
Yeah, everybody has MKBs. The miss percentage chance doesn't help.
Kind of annoying. The damage over time. More damage over time. I'd be kind of down with like a blade mail or something. I don't know.
It helps him push.
Like a hex.
I mean, I would be down with their first stun. 47 minutes.
It's kind of crazy that the game is what it is right now. Despite that, 2 sets of racks down, they weren't able to win a fight, and the gold lead is now cut down to 8,000.
They've got double global silence ready to go. Like, is it time? Is it time for Liquid to walk across the river? Are they ready to go into the Forbidden Zone? First, they're going to smoke up and stay on their side of the map, go through their own jungle. Away with the Wisp Ball, see if catch somebody on the side of the trees. It's going to be Curl finding FY, TP out. What a play from FY.
They'll get their stun, don't worry.
Look at Ame. Oh, he sees it. He sees his opportunity. Just breaking tier 3. Immediately TP's out.
Okay, surely this changes Mind Control's build. Maybe he thinks to himself, like, I need a basher. That's what I need.
Yes!
I told you. That's the thing, is when stupid shit like that happens to you enough times, eventually you get tired of it. You're just like, I can't handle this anymore. Like, there's no way that you should get away with stuff like that often. That's just tiresome.
Now the question is, well, he may get the bash, but will he actually get the bash?
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Will he get their very first stun?
I'm sure he will. I'm just saying, it's like, he was so close to that relic, and somebody on his team had to have just thought to himself, guys, this is so dumb. Like, this...
Oh, they got it! They got a stun!
They got 2 now. Now they're just...
Oh, they're rolling! Woo! Scythe of Ice for Matumba Man.
Joke's on you, Twitch chat. Now there's tons of stuns. They can give him the refresher. All of a sudden, you've got 3. Or no, 2.
I mean, they've even got a BKB piercing disable. Sure, it's based on RNG, but
I mean, somebody told me that BKB piercing disables are broken.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Infinite stuns. If he hits them real fast, oh boy, everyone's getting locked down now.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
You can't even count the number of stuns that are possible.
And you know what? It adds up. It goes even layers in that. It's like it doesn't even benefit him, Cap.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Because he wants people to move around the map and stuff. When he's got Rupture on, this is just a good team play. That's how you know that he cares more about the win.
Ooh. Do you ever go the 800 Poison Nova AoE? Ever?
kind of talent is that?
I mean, have you seen it? It's gigantic. It fills up the entire.
I know what 800 extra AoE could potentially look like, because it already shoots it in what's the AoE right now? It's 830. So you would shoot it, you would double it. Who else do you need to hit with that? The ancients will feel that shit.
You just farm the entire jungle. You stand here, right? You stand on this neutral spot and you hit everything.
I don't know if that helps.
You don't kill everything.
Ooh.
You bring everything down to 1 HP.
The earth.
Alright, it is now 76% win probability for Liquid. They have truly grinded this back.
From 1.
From 1%. Liquid are the 1%. They're trying to be the first team to win 2 TIs, just straight up, but also back to back. You need that kind of strength of will to be able to battle through.
These are the games that test you. LGD is potentially a team that you'll see later on in the tournament.
He's sneaking in. He's gonna try and go for the megas.
TP back, mind control.
You can stop that TP. Global Silence, they're going to have to fight up in the top lane. They're trying to go for GH, but Miracle's heading out with Maybe. Maybe's going to try and limpo himself away. Burning Spirits have already killed him. GH finally goes down. F-Y ends up going down. Bottom. Ame. He's taking the full lane of Rash. Nobody's going to be able to stop this. Finally, the backdoor protection, or rather, the glyph comes in. The TPs are coming out. Ame, he's going to commit it with the BKB. They need the bash. Mind control, get the bash. He doesn't get it. TP, bash. He gets it finally, but it is now against
the Huskar's got one too.
A bash on Miracle, the ranged basher.
They're getting, this is how you know.
They are getting desperate. Desperate for lockdown. But Tumba Man is just immediately going down mid.
They want to force some buybacks out here.
They have
Mega creeps are not the worst situation that you can possibly have right now, because the top lane is somewhat dealt with. And if you're fast enough, you can start running down mid, make some headway.
Unfortunately, no Roshan opportunity during this time, but maybe they can get some tier 2s.
You have a cheese essentially in a hero already. Get your built-in with Wiz. You see that Miracle cannot die anymore. LGD is making this play. It means that it's because they no longer believe in their ability to win a team fight. Plus, they know that there's no stuns. So,
I mean, it might just be the easy play to make.
Yeah, I mean, it works both ways.
Miracle. He is blood raged, has burning spear, pure damage.
Okay,
he's
so
got a wisp behind him.
He can come back in.
He is tough to take up sight. Immediately put onto Ame. They try and go for the Lotus Sword. Bounce back. Oh, that's a life break. And it backs onto himself. Oh no! Miracle's gonna be sold up for a moment, but GH is keeping him alive. And look at the heal coming out. The pure damage onto Ame will finish him off. It's a dive back. He's dead for 2 minutes. LGD. They surely aren't gonna lose.
They're just
like
gonna go for the throne.
Kill tier 3, go straight for the tier 4s in LGD. They have to battle it out.
Back from the wisp.
It's going to be 4 versus 4. He has the relocate though. They've already blown up Mike with a glue to bait. A little bit more damage. They managed to get the crit. A buyback coming out. X-Nova. Ghost Scepter in. Echo slams down. They've taken out Miracle. He is dead on the Huskar, but he has the buyback. Matumman's dead as well. Liquid are going to be forced into mass buybacks now as they have to defend their throne as well. Kuro hit by the Fisher. FY slows them up with the enchant totem. He will fall.
And Matumman now suddenly isolated out, gets the blink though just in front of FY. And all buybacks used by Liquid. They can deal with the waves.
Back in GH and Miracle, they go back into this fight. They're gonna go for X-Nova. The Ghost Scepter keeps himself alive. They're going for GH first.
There's too much range right now.
He's trying to stay close range of Chalice, but Chalice with the pure damage. Now knocking away Miracle. Miracle, he has a Satanic trying to heal himself without the Wisp, and he might just be able to do it too. Wisp dropping low and lower. Chalice is going to end up with the poison on him. He ends up going down. Mind Control has a lot of thirst. He's going to be able to go for X-Nova. Frostbitten up. Doesn't seem to matter. X-Nova may still die. F1 with a beautiful Fisher. Now jumped in on Miracle. Mind Control. He ends up going down and up with the LSA on the 2. They're both dead. That is 4 dead from Liquid. No buyback. Kuro, the captain, is left against Megas. That is going to be it. LGD finally get the win over Liquid.
Oh, that's some Dota. Liquid, they saw their opening, but Chalice does so much damage. They did such a good job with the spacing too. You have to point out how Maybe played that fight. He utilized the max range at all times, just stayed back, got stun after stun. Once the BKB started to run low on the side of Liquid, not a whole lot of steam left. They kept it close. I thought that game was, I mean, it just at 99%. And now we get to this point. Oof.
Mineski's turn to ban.
Killing every single one.
Which,
and that, in the laning meta, is no joke. Especially on heroes that like Alk that are supposed to not win, and the idea of the hero is their timings are slowed down because they don't win. And he had a 12-minute Radiance last game, and what is considered an unfavorable matchup. And I've said at the start of this stream earlier, and I say it again, if you have one lane go the way it shouldn't, it bleeds into every lane. So we mentioned what happened last game, and I think that EG has been heavily relying on Sumail to win the mid lane harder than he should, or win it when he shouldn't win it at all. And Mineski needs to try, I think every team needs to factor that into their drafts, the Sumail factor. It is a thing.
It is a thing, and it was maybe missing last year. It's back this year, at least for the first day, right? This is just day one, also we shouldn't go too crazy, but I mean a 5-1 start would be great, but what if you just go 0-4 tomorrow? Like the thing is, you got to play consistently, and guess what hero did not get banned? Enchantress. And now it's going to get picked up. But it looks like they do possibly already have an answer for it. Venge and
Marana.
Okay. All right, this is vintage Mineski. I think I've seen this exact opener a few times. Back in, was it like the Katowice, Bucharest area of the land cycle? Yeah. I think it was like February. They would pick this occasionally into a drow, and they play a lot of Moon Puck with it. But Puck, currently the lowest win rate, and I believe all of Dota 2. So I'm hoping that's not the direction they go. I don't know. Does it just not do enough damage? His talents aren't good enough? Who knows?
BSJ, you were playing middle for a bit there. Why is Puck not good?
I just think it's the way middle plays right now. Pretty much every mid laner is a tower pressuring, maybe rotating, but usually they're just sitting in their lane. And Puck doesn't fit that playstyle. Okay. And then she doesn't get enough, or it doesn't get enough out of the side lanes. Yeah. So you have to put it mid, and then there's just heroes that fit the way the game's played better. And a lot of the heroes Puck matches up well against aren't exactly getting picked either.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think that's a big that plays a big role. And if you're EG here in this draft, you can ignore the puck, but you could definitely ban Drow, right?
Yeah, you probably should. You probably should with the double aura, just multiple range. But let's talk about Arteezy. Okay, you go on.
No, you
I was just going to talk about the Arteezy Phoenix. Are we going to see it again or no?
I think it worked so well. I think they might save that.
It's 100% win rate.
It is. You just keep that.
And based on that statistic, if they play it every game, they will take TI.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a bold
think about
claim.
it. No, think about the statistic. 1-0. 100%.
100%.
But one thing I was a little bit surprised about this Phoenix is they already have a ranged DPSer that has an attack speed buff built in on the Mirana. So it is a little bit odd to me that they would go for the Phoenix. Obviously, it is a very signature hero for Fly. Is an Esteem picture a picture of Phoenix?
Yep.
And Enchantress plus the Phoenix lane is quite scary to deal with. They could, I mean, the Phoenix can be in either lane, but Enchantress in general is just a scary hero in the laning stage. I think EG's already set up to do what they want to do. They pick pretty formulaic drafts in regards to let's just dominate the lanes in the best way possible, enable Sumail to have a strong 1v1, and even if he's at an unfavorable matchup, he'll win anyway. And S4 has been, even though we've been talking about Sumail a lot, I feel like S4 has been adjusting really well every game. He has different builds, his items always cater to exactly what he's supposed to be doing in the game, and even just cutting creep waves and playing that obnoxious Dota that he did last game really shows his understanding of the situation he's in at any given point, and I just think that's impressive.
We've seen that multiple times from EG today, even Sumail in that initial game, pulling mid-wave.
Yeah.
The first initial wave. And
against the Bloodseeker as an ALK.
And it's one of those things, it goes back to the conversation we had at the Summit about how your understanding of the way the lane works and what you need to do to perform optimally is almost more important than the way you're actually playing. And the Drow ban comes out. Thank you, EG. I approve. I think that Drow lineups are just one of those strategies that make it easy to play Dota, and whenever you feel like you've got a skill advantage, like, don't give a team something simple.
Ease of execution.
Yep.
But there's going to be a Weaver, another decent hero versus the Phoenix.
Isn't this a Kunkka game?
And the Ench, to your point, BSJ. I think you were saying Weaver just owns Ench.
Yeah, it doesn't own. It's like one of the few heroes that can lane against Enchantress when she hits level 6, which is something that is incredibly underrated. Enchantress kind of becomes this dead hero where you can't even approach her. Like anybody that comes in range of her, you just get impetus thrown at you, impetai, you know, whatever the proper plural pronunciation is. And Weaver's one of the few heroes that he can disjoint the impetus with his Sakuchi. And generally, if you can just ignore Enchantress while getting farm, that's quite a good way to deal with her because she doesn't flash farm. And Weaver's a hero that once he gets BKB, shreds her in the mid game. So we'll probably see Diffusal BKB coming out from the Weaver. And it can be played, they could honestly have Mirana be 1, 2, 3, and Weaver could be 1 or 2. Or 1 or 3. And they do, hey, I said Kunkka.
You did?
I did.
I think.
You said it.
Yeah, and that's just really good against the Weaver Mirana was what I was thinking. Both heroes positional based on their spells.
And not just that, but it's got great synergy with Ench Phoenix, two heroes that have no lockdown whatsoever and love playing with the Kunkka. In addition, the run buff, when you have the sustain of a Phoenix and the Egg, the sustain of the Ench, like, if you don't burst these heroes down, they're going to get their spells off. And in the case of Phoenix, he's going to get the Egg off.
Mineski needs a hero that wants to take long fights.
And who would that be?
I'm thinking it's probably a support here. I can't imagine this Weaver's a support. Maybe. Have we seen a 4 Weaver yet? It's something I've been seeing a lot in pubs.
Not this tournament.
Okay. It's funny because you'll generally tend to see a little bit of what from pubs bleed in.
Oh, I mean, Enchantress, obviously.
Because these players are practicing somewhere.
Do we like this Venge? We talked about it at the start of the day.
I
so
like it
far,
more than... Nah, I don't like this.
I'm not a fan. It just feels like just not good.
We saw some sick swaps.
What about Oracle?
If your biggest thing is a save, right? That's the thing with Oracle too, right? I hate a hero that if you're there for a save, right? It just feels like such a weird hero in a laning phase meta when your best ability is past the laning phase to save someone else.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I feel like you just pick Phoenix instead.
Yeah.
Like, just this hero seems to have the... It's got like 4 active spells. All these heroes, they just have too many abilities. They do so much damage. Feels like if you just get your spells off on any target during a fight, you're going to have more influence than Avenger.
Most notably, a lot of these supports are very survivable. Protect themselves.
Yeah, what happened to Wonder Wyvern? Why is he not picked or banned recently?
I've seen him a couple times this tournament, but he definitely has fallen off a lot compared to like the Summit, or in general, it just felt like a powerful laning hero. I don't know.
It's the changing course too. I mean, you've got You have Ench, Marana, Pugna,
Weaver.
yeah, all just top picks, and you can't play Wyvern into them. And they go Lina. I like it in the sense that it's another egg killer. It is really good against Enchantress, but holy
This is the perfect
guacamole,
TA
Mineski
game.
is squishy.
And they're just picking TA, and this game's over. Sorry, it's not over, but TA is a very good pick here.
How good? Scale of
So
1
good.
to 23.
23 being good, I would say 24.
That's not on the scale, BSJ.
Yes.
So you think it
Out of all the lane counters, TA owns Lina,
Yep.
and they don't have any damage instances to proc the refraction.
Yeah. I like the Spectre ban from Mineski, though. I feel like were that left open, that's an insane pick for EG in this game, but to your point, TA just seems like give your best player a great matchup and let him go to work.
It's not only a good lane matchup, it's also just a good game
for
the
sure.
hero. And that's why...
What do they do to take off refraction?
Yeah, I
What if
really...
they don't pick TA in this last 2
If
minutes?
they don't
meant
pick
nothing?
TA, then it's just as bad as my PL prediction last game.
Okay. Well, we have 5 seconds. Let's see what they take. They take Storm.
Exactly. I'm a little bit surprised by that, to be honest with you.
That is... I like the pick. It's a great pick, but it can get abused in the lane. If you can survive that, I think Storm actually owns this entire Mineski draft.
They have
Even
all
Lina.
delayed stuns.
Yeah, it gives you the reach that just slaughters heroes like Marana, Weaver, Lina. They're very squishy. You get that Kaya Orchid, one pick off, all of a sudden your BKB timing, you're the strongest hero for the rest of the map. And with Kunkka, you get to do those really cool plays with X's. You zip all the way in or from base. It allows you to abuse teleports to get free regen. And if Storm's able to just fill his mana pool every 80 seconds, like, it just feels so good when you're on map at all times.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
it's not TA, so we wasted about 2 minutes earlier, but all's forgiven.
Yeah, I don't know why Kyle suggested that
Yeah,
pick.
it was
Just
strange.
made no sense if you really put it on paper.
All right, but here we go.
I like the Nyx ban
Yeah.
against Phoenix, the Enchantress, and the Storm.
Yeah. And now, so what are these last picks going to be looking like? Obviously, an Arteezy here on Mineski's side. They're looking for, unless it's a support hero, I believe? Or do you think Marana could possibly support? Is there any chance of that? We did see a little bit of that.
I mean, we saw we haven't been seeing anyone pick PL this tournament, but once again, feels like a good PL game for Arteezy.
I think that's too much. You got a Storm. I don't think you need anything crazy. Just something that does tower damage.
Whoa. The 2 minutes were not wasted.
Thank you.
And
There's no
just-
way they weren't picking TA.
Then
Just
why
like
didn't
I said.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't
they
pick it.
just-
Like, I don't know what the deal is. Like, I guess side lane Storm.
Chill.
I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill.
Okay.
I'm cool.
Because you were correct.
Hold
but-
me back. Hold me back.
Isn't this is strange, right? Where
The Storm's
you're
going side
Storm
lane.
and TA. Yeah.
I've never seen the Storm side lane this year.
Last time I remember it was like Mason and
It could be-
Arteezy,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say TA side lane, but there's no way.
No,
Put
you're
TA
putting
side.
TA mid if you pick it against the lane.
What do? You got bamboozled just now, Mineski. You got 30 seconds.
Wham
What do
bam, thank you,
draft?
ma'am.
I got bamboozled. Oh, the heck?
Yeah,
is going
the
on?
whole everyone watching is bamboozled.
Man, people questioned me.
They
Do you
did?
remember the
I bet
woozles?
we could have looked at chat. Huffalumps and woozles?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is why I love you guys, because no one else.
'Cause we know Winnie the Pooh.
Dude, you don't understand, man. I was rocking a Schoolhouse Rock t-shirt yesterday, and no one got it.
Yeah.
No one even knew what that was.
I remember.
I'm just,
You keep doing you, Kyle.
man, I'm
Well,
just
here we
trying
go.
to sing conjunction.
We're gonna find out. It's Tango.
Is it what?
So is it support Marana?
It has
or
to be
Weaver?
support Weaver.
Or Lina.
It's
It could
support.
be any three.
I like support Lina a lot more than the other
This is
one.
an Arteezy TA, by the way, not a. So is it going to be a side lane, or is? Seems
I don't
I mean,
know.
have you seen Arteezy play Storm?
Yeah, and yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it good?
I mean, he played middle a long time ago.
Oh, I was
Pretty
just
good.
wondering because I haven't seen it. So,
It's been a long time. I mean,
It
obviously he's
depends.
good, but
What year are we in?
2000 carry the 18.
I wouldn't let Arteezy play Storm.
Okay. Okay.
so it is Moon, Lina, Ninja Boogie, Venge. We still haven't learned.
So it is a mid laner.
Yep.
I said support Weaver. That was my call.
Let's see.
I will say
Oh, got him.
Jabs Weaver.
Ice Pango is
10 seconds
pretty nice.
remaining.
He's pretty good at this hero.
Indeed.
Kills Enchantress really well.
He was the guy that really
5
showed
seconds
everyone why this hero was nuts, and it was a big part of the one major that Mineski won,
Yes.
DAC.
Very big.
Yeah, he was like, it became a must ban or he was going to own you, and I think that it's great for him, but it's a terrible Pango game.
Why is that?
You hate playing against Kunkka because it just removes your swashbuckle and W is escape mechanisms. You just get exited.
You can
with
still
fire.
use your ult though.
True, but you can get clicked by S4's Ench during your ult. Storm hunts you. You hate playing against TA because of the refraction. And Sun, it's just a rough game. It's a rough Pango game.
I think he can make it happen though.
What about this Jabs Weaver? What do you do in the laning phase as a support Weaver? Do you just right click and run through him as Sakuchi, or what do you do?
Yeah, I think you're just trying to remove the Phoenix. Like, I think you put the Weaver in the Phoenix lane, and you just kind of stick him on the Phoenix, pulling the Phoenix away from your core to basically soak up the attention to enable your core. I think he'll go with the Pango and just kind of let the Pango play his own game.
I think you tri-lane this Enchantress with your Weaver Venge Mirana, and you absolutely dumpster the Ench Kunkka off. And your Pango is going to be top. It's a Phoenix and a... outside of tri-lane.
Okay, so we've heard what we know is not going to happen, Graham. What do you think the lane setup's going to be?
Sorry, I was looking at items to help me decide that. What do you want to know? You want?
It's a side lane TA. Whoa, I just want to point this out.
I told you it was a side lane TA.
You did say that.
Well,
I have no idea what's going on.
So why do you not like side lane TA, BSJ? We'll go with that.
It's just a hero that heavily relies on solo XP and also being close to her tower early on, because she is susceptible in the early, like, 2 or 3 levels to ganks.
All right, so here's the question.
Pressure.
Did EG just double bamboozle Mineski?
They double bamboozled us.
They're going to send Lina to side lane 2, expecting the TA mid.
No, he has mid items on the Lina. I just want to say that we have bird's eye view, and we're surprised by what we're seeing. And so Mineski may get a bit caught off guard, but they might just be okay with, hey, they're not putting TA in this incredibly favorable matchup mid. We mentioned it was a very good TA game, but was it good enough to pick it for a side lane?
Isn't that what makes Dota so great? This is not something we see every day.
We've seen Arteezy
Phoenix.
support Phoenix, and we've seen Arteezy side lane TA all in one day. And this is why he's won how many TIs?
Yeah, and even in other games, right? We saw Kuroki playing Clinks as well. Just a lot of just Dota. That's Dota, baby.
So a little bit of scouting from both teams.
No one spotted anything yet.
He does have a ward top to see the Venge, but that doesn't really tell you anything.
Tells you he's got 2 mangoes, and he's gonna spam a lot of stuns on you.
Or Wave of Terrors.
You know what, though? TA versus Pango, especially if he's putting a 1v1, like, you actually crush this matchup.
I have to believe Mineski is not going to try lane.
Oh, there's going to be a fight top. It
That's
looks
what
like
you said.
Enchantress will get stunned up. Crit will get it. Pango's healed, and he's going to get both of them in the bottom side as well. But Fly taking so much damage. S4 just right-clicking Jets. Sakuchi doing a ton of damage, but Ninja Boogie will get the kill. And it looks like they're going to get a bunch of runes as well as first blood. So a nice start there for Mineski.
So, Grant, why are they tri-laning on Mineski?
They're not.
Oh, I thought they were tri-laning top.
They're going to.
Jabs looks like he's trying to snipe the courier first.
I mean,
he knows Sumail's the courier.
I think that, exactly. I was going to say. And it's a matchup that you really need to curt your spam as well. Storm versus Lina, it's textbook, trade HP, get gold, buy regen.
Courier's coming. It just left base. He's waiting. No. Jabs. Patience.
What are you doing?
Patience.
No, Jabs.
Oh,
he didn't even have a CS yet. Of course he wasn't using courier.
Well,
they got 3 bounty runes on Mineski. He didn't have gold per salve until he got a CS.
Does TA win this side lane matchup? I know she would win if it's mid.
TA definitely beats Pango 1v1.
Yeah, Colin just recently said.
How many times have you played this matchup in the side lane?
I have personally played in games competitively with side lane TA, like at least twice, which is 2 more times.
That's 2 more times than I have. Yes, than I have.
Well, bottom.
And that's who we're comparing it to right now.
AK top.
You do have regen problems, though, and he is getting outlaned right now.
He's never getting the courier.
Arrow's going to whip, but we do see Fly just taking a ton of damage. Going to have to flask up. We do see a pop-up on Jabs from the Torrent, but he just squeezes on through there. Then we'll go take a look at bottom here. They're just right-clicking each other. Yeah. Simple as that.
Going to go bottle on Pango. Pretty necessary for his regen.
I really like what Ice has done.
Oh, Stun's going to go up in the Chan. He does get the heal off. Will it be enough? Sure won't. Torrent only hits onto 1. Mineski, another successful kill in this trailing. Look at the gold lead already. More than 1,000 gold.
Mirana has no salve, though. I mean, he's very low.
It does have 3 tangos, though.
Mid lane, somehow clean in favor of Sumail. If only that courier snipe had worked out.
Pretty even still, though.
I don't know if this matchup is supposed to be close to even. The DD on Lina will certainly help him out, though.
And here we go. Ninja Boogie, as we saw, eats the mango, has boots, by the way. And here comes the arrow. Fly's actually going to tank it for S4. And I'm pretty sure that was a guaranteed kill on one of them. And Fly's just going to eat it anyways. Helps
only
S4.
level 1 on S4 in there. Okay, he just got level 2 now. But they were level 2 on all the heroes of Mineski. That's really important when you're in a tri lane to hit that timing. If you're in a tri v tri, the minute you get level 2 and the opponent does not have all their level 2s, that most heroes are about twice as strong when they hit level 2.
Like you talked about, look at that, the double damage Lina. He has not gotten it. He has been 10-1 for about 2 waves now. Moon is just going to dominate him in this favored match, like you said.
He had the creep wave dragging with him to the rune as well, so he guaranteed hill. And now he just sits there, as you said, wins 2 waves for free. I like what Sumail chose to do. He's going to try and stack that hard camp.
Ortiz is doing a side lane bottle on TA. Right. That would imply he gets courier usage, though.
Eventually. No, he'll just buy it at the side shop, please.
You don't think he's going to walk all the way over there?
I mean, he's not going to get the courier walking all the way to base. That's really far from mid.
That's fair.
Well, the courier flies now, though. That was a little bit quicker.
Maybe he's got really wishful thinking now. It looks like he's got the Wraith Bandit Tangos on there.
Well, it looks like Sumail's going to heal, so... Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's just going to go for the Aquila.
Sumail's super good at Storm, though, in these type of situations. Yep. We've seen... I've seen it time and time again whenever he plays in these, like, terrible matchups. I don't remember what tournament it was, but he got shut down mid with, like, a tri-lane almost, and he came back and crushed that game after starting, like, 0-4.
And this is really nice from EG, just to be efficient. Even though it's just a couple of creep waves, throw the Phoenix mid. It looks like Sumail's actually going to buy bottle and go to the jungle. I like this decision because you're not really going to get much once Lina outlevels you middle.
And you're not shutting down Lina either.
Exactly.
You're not doing anything different than your support would.
Yep.
A lot of questions about when you should leave the lane or a good idea to give your support the lane is, can my support fill the same purpose in this lane that I can? And if the case is yes, then why waste your time in the lane?
Stun on S4. Is level 2 now. The burst, will it be enough? Looks like it will. Mushi with the leap.
And that's that's the leap attack speed coming into play. And Enchantress is only level 2, which that untouchable is incredibly underwhelming nowadays at level 1.
And he gets level 2.
Oh, Mango eat. Is S4 just going to die again? Gets arrowed in S4. He is going to go down. That's a TP, and wow, S4 just gets bodied.
Let me tell you from personal experience, when you die and TP back into lane and die, your game is incredibly... Like, you are set back so far in terms of time. That is like 3 minutes or so before the Enchantress will be back where he should be. At least.
Is there... I feel like, I'm just thinking in my head, TA counters Lina harder in lane than anything else.
And Storm would do fighting against Pango.
And Storm crushes a melee Pango. Yet they didn't do those lanes.
That's really odd.
Well, we're going to watch this.
Oh, they stacked the stun, but they have the ult.
Sorry, I missed. I was watching the bounty right
I love
here.
the Aquila on Lina. He knows that the Storm is left lane, so Aquila enables almost any hero in the game to pressure tower.
Yep.
That aura for the creeps makes them take 1 extra tower shot per creep. And he has the siege creep coming up as well. So I like the kill, but I wouldn't even mind if they waited till the siege creep wave to do that.
I think it's just a... it's a good point. It's super annoying when your catapult gets a fire spirit, as you can see.
He's fire spiriting the siege creep, which is cheeky because this is going to go down to the next tower shot.
Might get denied though. Shouldn't.
Okay.
Could have actually denied it. He had the time to do it.
This is the first time we've seen an absolute free farm Lina, at least for me, in a long time, and I think this hero can be quite scary.
Uh-oh, top again, S4. See you later, my friend. Another kill. Now they're actually going for more now. They have level 4 on Mushi, and they're just bullying S4.
This is exactly what I mean. This is how you address Enchantress. Just kill him. Especially when you have 3 ranged heroes that deal this much damage. Like, there's no way for S4 to ever come back into the game. The problem that teams have dealing with Ench is that they don't shut him down. He hits level 6, and he abuses your safe lane. But that's not the case here.
Yeah, but bottom lane is going well for EG at least. He is out-leveling him on the TA, and we all know how it is to deal with the TA that's level 6. The traps do so much damage. He has no sentry.
S4. S4 is in quite the pickle. Bug stun. Arrow will miss. Torrent does help out a little. They need to kill that bug. Crit does help him with that heal. Barely survives. Wait, also about a minute and a half ago, Mineski got all 4 bounty runes, as well as having 2 bottles, so they're pretty happy with what's going on. Is this just going to, is this possibility of just a 20-0 game run over, or do you think, what does Sumail need to do, right?
It's the bottom lane. It's the bottom lane right now. That's the key factor for EG.
Yeah. It's just crazy. That DD rune top completely changed the makeup of this game. Storm has not come back to mid lane.
I've learned the counter to Sumail mid.
Yeah,
get a DD.
Just get a DD. It's that easy.
Just
that easy.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe's here somewhere, right? Just go up to Gabe Newell, be like, "Hey, man, I really need some help. Can
you just spawn a DD at 2 minutes, please?"
Yes, top.
Specifically top. Yes, when we're dire.
It is slightly closer to the mid lane.
Yes. Because if it's at 4 minutes, it's probably too late.
So here's the thing: you are tri-lane though, but you look. Remember last game we were talking about how everyone was such a high level. This game, because those tri-lanes, everyone's so low. Yep, they're gonna go for him. Kunkka though should go down, but
Lena missed a pill. Okay, yeah, the first like 2 attacks missed a pill.
You're still probably a little more happy though that it did kill the Kunkka, not your Storm. But this should be a tier 1 tower more than likely. No, they back out. Are they just scared more heroes are coming, like the TA, or? They know TA's bottom.
TA is not a hero that's ever going to rotate to this. TA has no desire to leave. TA does the same thing bottom as she would mid. It's a playstyle of the hero. And what hero is really going to take bottom if he doesn't? Like, when we talked about what Storm was doing mid, he wasn't shutting down the Lina if he stayed. TA is shutting down the Pango by staying here. So instead, he's not going to rotate.
Oh. S4 getting run down by Ninja Boogie. A stun into an arrow could definitely still be a kill. Torrent will miss, but barely gets out.
To follow up on your point, I think one of the dumbest things you can do in the current meta is when you're winning your safe lane alone as a core.
Any side lane.
Yeah, like don't ever leave a side lane that you're dominating.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do on the map that'd be more impactful.
Yes, and giving that guy that even not only taking away your own farm, but giving like a Pango 3 or 4 free creep waves is a huge deal.
Oh, S4 gets the heal off.
Jazz?
So courier? Will it be a courier kill? No, it's fine.
S4 is still doing okay top, level 5.
On mid lane though.
Yep, it is going to be one around the backside. Moon is playing pretty far up. There it is. They're going to go for it. Slow down. X plus the Torrent will come. Will hit. Will they get the kill before everyone rotates in? Not quite. Sumail does dodge the stun, but it looks like he will go down. He's actually stuck, but now Isaias gets the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade right there. Or pardon me.
That's the problem I have with Lena nowadays, is even when she gets a lead, no matter what, she's still killable.
Enchantress is going to die as well. Gets heal off, but dies. And if you didn't know, Arteezy did kill the Weaver as well bottom, so he's having a good game. But
how does a TA kill a Weaver?
With an outplaying good side
Yeah,
lanes.
I guess he probably caught him on a trap when he came out of Sakuchi.
You're saying you've never died to something stupid, BSJ, that you shouldn't die to?
If I'm not supposed to die, I will never die.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like I've casted a few of your games and seen.
I mean, that was somebody playing somebody else on my account.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Crit is trying to farm at level 6, and it is a 2K lead still for Mineski. How do you push this lead, I guess is the term?
It's tough. They don't have any natural tower pressure, and that, as to BSJ's point, when your Lina is the one snowballing, you never really feel secure because you always die. Like, you will die to rotation.
Lina pushes advantages by hitting more creeps.
Yeah, hitting more creeps.
For a Yule Scepter, maybe a Shadow Blade. But, like, look at his items queued up. He's going to play his own side of the map and the Dire Ancients until he gets that Yule Scepter, and that's just the way Lina has to play.
And it's a rough game too as it scales on because you're playing against TA Storm, two heroes with incredible jump potential. You're never really able to feel secure in your position on the map.
Yeah. But he's never walking past the river, despite how far ahead he is. A lot of these mid laners will play up in your face, but Lina's just not that type of hero. And
Storm was at 2,000 net worth to Lina's 3,000. The game's progressed. They've stayed even. Yes, Lina's ahead, but the disadvantage hasn't changed.
This is what Lina does when she's ahead, though. So the fact that she's not pulling more ahead is speaking to what EG's trying to do. They are ganking the Enchantress top with the Pangolier.
There comes the roll in. Will finally hit. No heal off yet, even though it's off cooldown. But down here, it looks like Punk is going to die. Oh my goodness.
BB.
Laguna comes through, and that's a quick 2 kills. They as well got the... No hero was middle, but I believe either Sumail or Fly missed it an eye on middle tower, so they get the gold.
Arteezy almost has a blink dagger on the TA. 11 minutes into the game, so he's their X factor this game. Him and Sumail still having good games, despite what it looks like in terms of the 3K lead as well as the 12-2 kill lead.
Still not as good as their counterparts, though, in Mushi and Moon right now.
It's just one of those where the game looks worse than it is.
Uh-oh, middle, though. It is only a level 1 pull-in, but that Sunray doing so much. It should be a kill. It is. Fly gets in. Damn, that percentage-based damage.
I feel like when a lot of teams are down this patch, there's not too much playmaking ability, but EG still has it. And that's the key here. They have Kunkka X.
Where's he going?
TP in.
Well, S4 died. Is he? He could have just
S4 is not a hero in this game.
Yeah, I'm just watching. He is just walking all the way around.
He's going to keep dying. Enchantress is one of those heroes that has no other way to play the game.
Ooh, misses the torrent. They know he's not there now. They actually saw him. And now he's going to miss the rune because they go for the kill. Jabs should sneak it here. He does. Nice play there by Jabs. And a little
meanwhile, Mushi pressuring top, going for the Yasha. Probably first item Manta, if I had to believe.
That's
deals with traps, deals with the Orchid from Storm, deals with Phoenix Fire Spirits. You can dodge the X if you're really good.
Bottom. Here we go. They have the Yules now. Will they get the stun on Storm? Sure will. No, they do not. He just zips away. Will he make it far enough? Far enough, I guess. And there's a lot of heroes from Mineski coming down here. Trap's going to get popped. Jabs will be slow. Pango, he is going to come rolling in. Arteezy, will he get spotted out? Not quite yet. Wave of Terror won't see him. And now Crit will hit it. Oh my goodness.
That was
hit some
Indiana Jones right there.
Top lane.
Yep, that is a Mirana.
Mushi has to leave this lane pretty soon. Yeah, okay, he's gone.
So
once Enchantress hits 6, Mirana, despite having the lead, just gets harassed down by Impetus. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the Weaver top.
Yep,
because he's the only hero, even though he's a support.
Because even though S4 can bully, he's still not really much of a threat. You just need somebody that can drag creep waves away and not die.
I'd love to see Weaver TP top right now.
Let's see. Has 2 TPs, but they smoke up bottom.
This means they want to make a play bottom over defending their top tower, and they...
Or... Are they going to just run straight for Sumail?
They have the vision.
As long as they hit the stun.
Yeah.
That was a huge kill to miss. So, I mean, that's obvious, but at the same time, I mean, it's slowing down the Storm makes it so TA's job is much harder. This Enchantress really isn't in the game, so that's even a huge
great
kill.
Fight. They've got a ward.
Yep, nice counter ward by Ninja Boogie, actually, but it doesn't want to get rid of the smoke. But they see our team. This is such a big sentry ward.
They broke the lane
out. Yep. And there, they do get the ward eventually. Now,
Mango TP's in as well. Does he have a Blink Dagger?
Are they defending this?
He does not have his Blink Dagger. 700 gold off.
And this is going to be a straight 5-on-5 fight, it looks like, at 14 minutes in here. Illusion Rune bottom, so won't make that big of a deal.
I don't know if you want to commit to this if you're EG.
Yeah, EG, do they have any vision? Do they have sentries? They see that they're Mirana ulted because that stun from Lina. Stun's going to fly out. It will it will be an arrow. Pango trying to lock him down. Laguna will come out. Both won't do anything. And now Phoenix as well as Storm both get it go down here. What a roll-in by Ice. Another kill goes down. They're going to throw one up in the air. It is S4, and you're going to die as well, my friend.
Yeah, you can't win that fight if you're EG, can you? Like
you have TA Storm are the heroes with good games. Yeah, and those heroes don't do that. They don't march down lanes until push objectives.
And they got your ward too. Like you have no advantage.
Mineski did all the things they needed to do in terms of dewarding wards as well as traps. That's a very important aspect of taking a fight against TAs. If the TA has traps to slow you down as you're running in, like your supports are just casually taking 250 damage as they're walking into the fight.
That's a very good point. That's game changing. If you're taking that fight, not to mention EG didn't have detection for the Mirana invis, and they shouldn't. I think they even saw it.
Yeah, and look at that.
And I think Arteezy had time to react to that Venge stun. Must have been looking at something else in the fight. Going on to the Pango bottom, manages to swashbuckle his way out of there. He's low mana. Has no mana for time lapse on the Weaver. Has it now. There.
Arrow does hit, and now do we have the Star Storm? Don't need it, no mana. They just get the kill. Now as simple as that.
Wow. So TPing top on Pango. They're looking to go again. They have Blink Dagger. He's ready to roll it up. I think that's exact quote from Arteezy.
Let's see.
In the words of Arteezy, Pangolier is the worst hero in Dota 2.
Yes.
Direct quote. I'm not. This is not a drill.
I call him out on that one too. But oh, here we go. TA will get hit twice. Does still have the refraction. The blink keep going, and now look at that. We do have a torrent, but it will get Yules off. Now a slow's gonna come. Here comes the egg. Moon should just melt down to TA. Sure will.
What is he doing up there?
Wait. I need to know, Fly. You didn't get your dust. Your dust. You were an egg. You didn't get it. Well, see ya. It's crits, by the way, but they don't.
Look at the wards Mineski placed though. It's real nice, and that's why I'm very surprised they were caught sleeping. They have these aggro wards placed up top.
Let's see the follow-up rotation. Yeah. They know how many reinforcements, but mid lane they have a DD on Weaver. Whoa! Yeah, got him. That's half health on Enchantress. He'll be able to, heal all of that off, and it's now off cooldown.
It's funny when stuff like that happens in game. Like you just laugh a bit. Like it's just like, all right.
It just makes you giggle. He tried.
I guarantee S4 in comms just said like "what" in a Swedish accent. Like
Direct quote, too.
That's all.
That's about the only reaction you got. You're just like, I'm just farming here, and you when you're an Enchantress, you're thinking about what kills you, and it's not a Weaver Venge.
Oh, look at
and
this.
So you're seeing, you're like, what?
Well, they find, doesn't look like if they hit an arrow here.
Oh!
Sumail saw it the last second.
What a
Zips
player.
out. Has Kaya now. That's pretty late, Kaya, though. Mineski, they're 6K. It is 19-4.
We are one away from the memes.
Yeah. When do you go for Roche? Can you, as Mineski, do you need more damage on the Lina? Is that like
you need to take control of that area by killing traps as well as a hero.
Oh,
yeah, he disjointed
the meld hit doesn't.
But the urn.
And yeah, this is looking bad. Arteezy is just gonna get brought down.
Sentry
here.
still sees him there barely.
Simple kill there from Mineski, and they pick it up. Now Storm is going to be zipping on in, but look at this. He dodges a stun so far. Hasn't been thrown out yet. They will get one kill. That is a killing spree, surprisingly. Fly spots out. Oh my goodness. Ice.
Good golly gosh. He does get out, and that kill on the Venge really doesn't mean anything.
It's gold.
But
you don't
kills on supports, it's all about what you get objectively. And EG has 4 heroes on the same side of the map, not getting anything. If they were like farming 2 other lanes, that kill on a support's good. Yep. But they're not getting anything off that. They're actually farming more on the side of Mineski while that kill happens. We talked about kills are worth what, like a creep wave? And Mineski definitely got more than a creep wave while that kill was happening.
And the X Factor, it doesn't really matter to me how good TA's game looks. It's really just the Storm. I think Sumail's got to be the one to win this game for his team. The Orca timing is everything right now.
Spirit Vessel owns everyone that isn't Storm.
Oh, boat. Just clearing out a creep wave, it looks like.
They're smoked up on Venge and Lina. They're looking to make things happen.
Boat too.
Blink Dagger Lina.
Yep.
Not very common. You almost always see the Yules into Shadowblade.
I don't mind it. They have more catch now. You've all a team fight from Pango. Don't make him go in first. Get the Blink Yules into stun. That's arrow follow-up.
I think you still make the Pango go first, but the Lina can be great immediate follow-up. I think Lina going in first
they
dies.
Both can follow up. They both can initiate. Okay. Now you're not all in on the idea.
I'm pretty sure in the comms, I'm saying Pango can go first without just immediately dying.
I'm saying the comms are, guys, we gotta play to win.
Baby.
Exactly.
Man. They should put that in the game, I think.
Tinker ward up.
Top lane. Enchantress doing what Enchantress does, but he is not feeling like a hero in this game.
What do you mean? He's got a creep and a hero.
I mean, he's
killing it.
He doesn't feel like the impact that we've seen from Enchantresses in the off lane.
Looks like
he's the one running away when everyone on the side of Mineski is like showing in other lanes.
Grant, are you surprised that people don't tri-lane? Like, it seems effective in a few games here and there, but it's just like people have this rule of... You remember when no one picked Omni Knight?
Yeah.
Just because it was like, you know... It was
a hero that nobody picked forever?
It feels like we have this, you know, unwritten rule. Like, hey, guys...
This is a
no tri-lanes, all right? Like, let's meet... It's like when people used to duel, and they actually took 3 paces. Like, I would 100% take 2 paces and fire.
Yeah, and just... Yeah, I would too.
Fly.
But no, this is life and death situation.
Well, Fly is about to not have life.
This Vengeance,
he will go
fast.
Tranquil boots as well as the smoke. We'll get the stun. We'll get another stun from Lina. No, don't need it. Laguna instead. Phoenix will get the tome, but...
Yeah, Tranquil's plus that Mirana bonus move speed from the ultimate. He blinks on Arteezy, has the Urn Charge to cancel the blink, but they're fast enough to kill him.
They are.
He's rolling it up, and he catches the TA. He has refraction. Stuns him again. It's already off because of the Urn Charge.
Boat in the back is going to hit 2 heroes, but won't be enough on the backside. Lina, no Laguna, doesn't need it. They get the kill on Sumail.
Right into Roche. You got the medallion and bugs up soon on Weaver. Love the buyback as well from Jabs. That's what's going to guarantee them this Roche.
Yep, and Master now killing it. 23 and 6.
Look at Mushi's items. I have not seen somebody go this build
in a while. It was reasonably standard, I would say like a year ago, but...
Isn't this typical Mushi though? Go some weird items that look
weird,
questionable.
Yeah. He's going BKB next. It looks like possible SNY, but most likely BKB.
But he owns.
Yeah.
That's the key qualifier. Except for when he used to buy Lincolns on Medusa. I finally got him to admit that was a terrible decision.
What?
He used to Medusa? He would buy Lincoln's Medusa every game.
I mean, when you disagree with somebody 20 times, you have to be right at least once.
Lincoln's
I'll give that to you. Yeah, I'll give that to you, Kyle.
Lincoln's man.
You're going to be right once.
That seems pretty no damage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like when you are, if you're blindfolded and you're throwing a dart at a target, it's going to hit sometimes.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
For me, I spin in a circle.
I don't think mathematically that's true. You could just never hit it.
Eventually.
I don't think eventually you would ever.
If you put an infinite number of top monkeys and gave them an infinite number of typewriters, eventually one would write you
a Shakespearean novel. Yeah.
I don't think that's true either. I think that's just a bad thing. No, it is not true.
If you had an infinite number,
it doesn't matter.
Statistically,
infinitely, they could all just do the same thing as well, and then it wouldn't be the Iliad.
But there's an infinite number.
Yes, and infinitely.
So all possibilities.
Top lane, they're going on the Weaver. They have him dusted up. He's dead.
Yeah,
Gets the Torrent follow-up, but meanwhile, they did lose a tier 2 botting.
Yep.
And TA still doesn't have a Deso. This was a free farm TA that crushed her lane. And I think this all has to do with the decision to push that tier 1 top.
Roll. Here comes, gets the blink away though. Crit might be in a little bit of
Pangolier going in first.
He is, and now
as always,
he's gonna chase. We're gonna see a leap away from the Mirana, and they are missing Pango ulti now. It's a 10k lead. Do EG want to do something? Well, they're gonna try to find Ninja Boogie. They found him. Can they kill him though? Sure looks like they get the kill on Arteezy. He will be able to fly out. Now his death soap. Unfortunately, the chicken's already up here, but doesn't have his hammer. And now, Mineski's, I mean, they're still at 9k. Lena's 16.
Gone for an Ags.
Cute. Ags.
I am just...
You like it?
Look, I was supporting the blink, but now that it started to tilt back towards EG's favor, I'm going to begin to criticize Mineski. Ever so slightly, just to cover my bases.
When did it start turning?
When he bought Blink into Ags.
You think? I mean, they're still up 9k.
He's not going to scale, though. Like, it's the same issue I had in the previous game. Like, your hero, top of the net worth, is not going to scale to do damage. What if he Ags ults of Refraction? Or the egg?
One slight misstep and he dies, too.
Not to mention, Burst is innately less effective
that's gonna hurt.
Funkabo. And the Storm can juke it. You have 3 heroes that could potentially juke your ultimate.
But what if he just plays perfectly and they end this game in 6 minutes?
They have a gem on this Pangolier. That's a really good purchase against this TA's traps. Dewarding their entire own jungle. They're saying, we're going to 5-man commit with this Aegis to push you out of our top half of the map. That's where EG wants to play.
Arrow will miss.
But it sees 2 heroes.
Here we go. We're going to see Trap doesn't get put down. And look at this. They still have the ward. They're giving him vision. They finally get it dewarded, but
I love this gem pickup.
It's just a 5-on-5 right now up top right now. This is a little nerve-wracking.
I don't think EG can take fights if they don't have wards and traps.
I thought they learned their lesson. This is not the right area of the map.
Wave of Terror swap possibly. There's going to be a ward. He does swap back. Does he have the heal? It is healing him a little. Will it be enough? Egg gets popped. They still didn't kill him. Now as 4 goes down, moves dead in the backside though. In comes the rolling Pango. There's so much. There goes Diego. It was so close to go off, but it won't. Arteezy gets the kill as well. It's a 3 for 2 right now. Make it a 4 for 2, and Arteezy is dusted up currently. Does blink away. Do we have any stuns? We do not. And as simple as that, if the egg explodes there, maybe, but dips and
that's
butts.
the Mirana that I mentioned in the draft. Like, he leaps and he hits for 220 bonus attack speed against an egg. He didn't get Fire Spirited. He killed that half health, like, almost instantly. The Weaver did half the work, and Mirana came in for the finish. And
if I were to select one hero after this day 1 of groups, that stock will certainly rise, it's Mirana. Yeah. I think it's super strong in this meta. It can be played on essentially any position. And the talents are too good. The mana break, you get 220 attack speed per leap.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
The prize is mine.
Last time I added the numbers, that was a lot. And we're seeing Storm farming up, might get caught. Doesn't have the yields quite yet on Pangolier, making it so his setup's not quite as efficient. Venge is looking, though. Has Wave of Terror to scout if he wants to use it. Chooses not to because they converted the Pangolier illusion with the Enchantress, making it so he serves as a nice ward for EG. Sees the Lena as well.
Middle, Torrent will...
He can die on S4. Man. He's got to be careful.
Sunrise there helping out, but Pango is actually coming in now. Hits the backlines. It's only Kurt right now. Laguna does go off. See you later, S4. And that's a quick 1 for nothing. And now middle, they have the siege unit. They're just going to push this tower down pretty quickly. Top lane will get killed by Arteezy. It's a tier 2, but Mineski is perfectly okay with that.
He needs his BKB on TA.
Oh. The glyph right before it dies, maybe trying to buy Arteezy a little bit of time top.
Get to deny. Oh, nobody gets the last hit. That was the play. Oh, Moon catches him. When he has Reflection, he can just
blank. Will go. Misses again.
It's
almost impossible to hit.
You have to blink, like, it's same frame. You need to land this.
Well, you're saying it's almost impossible, but these are TI players. Should you not expect perfection?
We're not watching Kim Possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not?
No.
Oh, well, I thought this was a naked mole rat, but it is a pangolin, so... I'm incorrect.
Once again.
And now, Sumail? So what do you... Okay, let's talk about this. What does Ags do in this game? I mean, Storm never... I mean, you see Ags, but second item Ags?
What? Oh, wow. For some reason, I thought Sumail was going into the enemy base, and I was so confused for a moment, but I'm fine. Is it, I assume, just to find the initiation? You want to be able to get Venge +1. Okay. I think that's the logic here. But
you can't initiate on one target.
I am not a fan of Kaya Axe. I have never seen this before, so I'm going to assume that Sumail knows something I don't. And maybe, I mean,
that's my assumption every time.
If you Ags grab with Storm into the Torrent boat, like, let's say he got 2, 3 heroes, they're all dead. All of them.
Yeah. And they all get side-bladed.
And you need to, like, 100-0 lockdown to find kills on essentially every Mineski hero.
They're all maneuverable.
They got, Pango is Swashbuckle, Weaver ult, Mirana Leap, the swap, the defensive Yules on Lina, all of these things. If you don't CC them fully, they are fine.
Yeah.
Level 18 on TA now. The biggest one, you know, you get level 3 traps, but, well, so Mineski, how do you close this game out? You just continue doing what you're doing, or are you nervous because his Lina didn't go scaling?
It's all about that second Roche.
Yep. It's unnerving a little bit, because you have no real natural method of attaining the high ground. No one's going to siege the base, but you can just keep winning fights. But, I mean, twice now, EG has taken, in my eyes, very poor team fights in the top area of the map.
Ooh. Sumail wanted that regen rune, but Moosh will scoop it up. That's a double. Wait, yeah, used his regen part and looking for the double damage.
They're smoked up, looking to make it happen. Around this Roche, even though it's not up yet, they want to establish control of this area, killing the traps. They can kill the sentries if they want.
TD on Mushi.
Yeah, but here we go. Blink forward. Just hit the sentry ward. Arteezy will get Ewelled into the air. Roll comes through. Will get stunned. He gets him onto the high ground, actually, but he can blink down. Over here, we're going to have a BKB popped by Mushi, looking for Chris. Here comes the boat, but the rum won't quite be in time. Does hit on 2 of them. He gets the pull. Now the egg is there. They have so much team fight. They will find Ice. Jab dies as well on the backside. S4 is just running them down. He has the sentry. They get that off. Will Sumail be able to get this? He has a gem. You don't want to lose that. No man as well does get arrowed, but they want this kill.
Yeah, they lost gem. That was huge. And Roche, what's the spawn time on it? Looks like it's about a minute. They will all be up, but they lost the agent, or they lost the gem. And the most important thing there is that Enchantress was sitting in the back, throwing impetus at the Mirana while he's BKB'd.
Where was Mushi at the start of that fight?
He was
in the middle of it.
He was in the lane, and he BKB'd early and leapt forward and then leapt out.
They have to follow up. Like, this is a perfect initiation. They need Lina or Mirana to follow up on this Pango stun. Instead, he's on top of the high ground. He gets the blink away. Yeah. And now look at Mirana. He BKBs early, as you said. He's not doing any damage. The Phoenix has to die there. Pangolier, Ice is doing his job, but now you have a Phoenix getting a free egg off. They're targeting Kunkka after the boat's already gone out. I think if you want to win this fight, if you're Mushi, you got to get in there.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think TA is a terrible target to choose, though. I think she's the worst target out of the entire team. I think that Phoenix or Enchantress are way more important to kill instantly.
And Mushi can theoretically kill any of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is they have the choice. It's not like, usually when you look at a hero like Enchantress, you choose not to focus her because you can't. But Enchantress, compared to how easy she is to kill, she single-handedly made the Mirana leap out defensively when he was BKB'd. And that's unacceptable when you have this much of a lead, to let a hero that's had that terrible of a game have that much impact in a fight.
I would say the biggest part of that fight was them taking the fight. You guys said they should not take the fight. They take the fight, and they win.
They lost the fight.
No, I'm talking about EG. You said EG shouldn't take fights.
Well, they shouldn't stand up in the top area of the map as 5, like waiting for.
But if you're playing on your half of the map in a defensive position and they force you to fight them, you actually have to fight them.
You want to bait the Pango to roll it up too soon.
I know. I was just quoting you guys as saying they
never roll it up
fights,
too soon.
and they took fights and won.
Yep.
No, they didn't. They were forced into that. That was like.
So they didn't take a fight.
That's like they were backed into an alleyway and they had no choice but to fight.
And so they took the fight. They could have just laid there. Could they not have in their own base? Could they have laid in their own base like most teams do? There's no sure. They could have. I understand you guys aren't reading this game correctly, but I'm here and we're good.
Analyst Grand has spoken.
I told you EG was gonna come back.
You did?
Yeah.
What's are we able to see the cooldown on gem for them? No, we're not. That's really important that that Mineski can get another gem.
Do you know the cooldown? What is the normal timer? I mean, BSJ. After you buy one.
Let me check here. I believe it's 10 minutes, but I don't actually know.
Okay, we can do our math. We saw him pick it up, but I believe about 25 minutes in, so about 4 more minutes.
I should know that time. You should. Kyle, do you know what it is? You're a support player.
I think it's 9 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's
3 minutes left.
Gold.
Oh, the double.
What's the cooldown on smokes?
10 minutes.
Are you sure?
What do you mean by cooldown?
Like when they respawn in the shop.
When they
10
restock.
minutes. Isn't it 1 per 10 minutes?
Could be 15 minutes.
I thought it was 10.
Do you want to stand by your answer?
Yes.
Well, you're probably right.
Thank you.
So what is Mineski? They're still up 8K. They're still in the lead. I know you guys are worried about the scaling, obviously, of this Lina, but
he's definitely like the BKB. He just dies to TA anyway.
Yep.
Well, you don't want to. Now it's the opposite, right? You don't want to take a 5-on-5 fight versus Ags, Phoenix Egg, and Boat, right?
Roche is up, right?
Correct.
We're gonna assume
it is up.
It is.
You're gonna see a fight soon. What does each team need to do to like? How do you want to approach this fight if you're Mineski versus Ichi? You tell me about Mineski.
Jump the Enchantress. Kill her instantly.
Okay.
How do you kill her instantly? Just Lina?
I mean, any hero plus Mirana.
Okay.
Any stun or slow, honestly, and Lina. Or sorry, and Mirana. Or Lina.
You have to pop your BKBs early though, right? Because if you do get Ags ulted or Ags pulled in by Sumail, I mean, that's the problem. It's all about BKBs this game now.
If
right?
EG can get them to go on either the TA or the Phoenix, and the Phoenix doesn't die instantly, I think they just win the fight.
It's just the pull, the boat, the egg. If you get all these abilities off, you have this window where of 10 to 12 seconds where you're going to win the fight. Mineski, you want immediate burst kills, skirmish, hit and run. You do not want to be sucked into this engagement. Ooh. You want a very long, drawn-out fight that's more of multiple skirmishes.
Buybacks are really important here. Phoenix has one, so if they jump the Phoenix, I'm pretty sure Mineski just loses the fight.
Shadows are going to take us right now, and here we go. Level 18 on that egg.
Rolling it up.
And here we go. They are going to roll it up. And he's up there. They're actually going for the T, but there we go. It's two dragons. Egg is there. It is a nice swap out. Won't matter. Mushi's dead. Everyone is seeming to die, including Sumail. The gem will get picked up on the backside by Ninja Boogie. He's just going to die as well. And this is looking to be almost a full team wipe. Minus
S4 did so much damage there. How much damage did S4 do?
Well, we can wait.
Dude,
and
they didn't have the arrow on top of the TA. Like, if you're going to make this all-in move with the Pangolier on top of the TA, you need to burst down the initial target. And they don't have an arrow.
Why don't they control the TA but kill the Enchantress? The Mirana will legitimately kill him almost instantly.
It is easy for us. We get full vision, right? They do not always
get full vision. That is absolutely true. But I feel like the problem is they have to know it's not acceptable to go on TA.
Oh, and I like this. This is different from Phoenix. He goes for the stun duration over the Icarus dive this game.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe he's level 20. And yeah, here's the fight. Look, they lock down
the arrow
TA.
whiffed.
Yeah, and look at that. You just lock in two. You swap into your own death now. You try to save Mushi. Ninja Boogie tried, but trying isn't good enough.
Die. She did the second most damage.
It's just insane. You're going up into the same choke point. The reason they were winning the fights in the top tier 1 area of the map was because it's a completely open space.
Yeah.
You're allowed to just surround and conquer. Pango has tons of room to maneuver. Same with these mobile cores of Mineski. The moment you run up like the tightest choke in the game, you just spam all your spells on the entrance. And the pull, the boat, the egg, all these spells are easy to land now. You just put them in the...
Yeah.
I'm upset.
Also, there is a full Shivas now on Fly, so he is reasonably far. He's farmed levels as well as that. And as we look through everyone else's, as Weaver, I mean, he's had these items for quite a bit. He has just fallen off, right? You try to make stuff happen. If you don't, you run out of gold.
So does Sumail take the Electric Vortex talent at level 20?
I think so.
With the Ags.
I mean, you definitely do.
You definitely do.
You definitely do.
It's a guarantee. It's a half a second, though.
That's a lot.
It's worth.
Okay,
with Torn and
I mean, I thought he'd take it, but it's like, it seems like
Boat?
Terrible talent.
Oh my BSJ, my friend.
I'm not saying it's
why
wrong
you're
to
a carry
take it.
player,
It's
not a
just-
skill lane player.
Yes. I can only play right-clicking two-button heroes. Storm has at least 3 activatable abilities.
How often do you see 2 Roches die before the dire tier 1 mid?
That's actually nuts.
That's, yeah.
And you get to the point, I love that TA. RTZ's going straight for the Hex. No Hurricane Pike. He's just going to blink Hex and pick off players.
Also, to be noted, usually, right, Storm is one of the best. They get a big stun right there. That's an easy kill, but he does have the Aegis, not
roll it up. You can't BKB on top.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
Can't blink.
He is going to get the refraction. He is going to be able to blink. And now on the backside, look at his damage coming out from the impetus. But will it be enough? They're trying to chase Ice there. Egg's going to fly. They have to get out of there. No, Mushi's going to try to kill it, I believe. But Ninja Boogi's dead. Fly goes down. But now they're in a bad position. Moon trying to die. But Sumail doesn't really do any damage. And there's the buybacks. They're TPing into the tier 2. Laguna goes. Arrow flies. Storm will drop.
Gem down.
That is their gem, like you said. Now S4, he is going to get picked off as well. We don't have any more stuns yet. He's just going to run. Traps are here, possibly slowing him down. Torrent, nicely done. And now Ice gets pulled back. But look at this. Mushi getting right-clicked by S4. And look who else came back. It's Sumail, and he's ready to go. Ice is flying away, but S4, as BSJ has been saying, is outputting insane amounts of damage.
And I'm surprised that they chose that fight to not try and kill TA, because you can't BKB if the Pango is on top of you. It's the frame.
He used his ult, and then they were canceling his blink.
No, but he blinked forwards. He blinked forwards to go for the Kunkka, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did blink forward.
Because that's a scenario where if you just immediately roll up on top of the TA respawn and then ult yourself, he's going to be stunned for a full 4 seconds and most likely able to go down. You can see. So he dies here. Now, if you're Ice, I feel like, look at the positioning of TA now.
It did just...
he's going, he can roll on top of him, though. He goes for the back line. Now the TA blinks away, and all of a sudden the fight is completely over because the TA has spawned right in the middle of your 350 heroes.
Laguna comes out. That is a lot of peer damage. Enchantress gets the heal off. Torrent Postal destroys him instantly. The bullet now by Sumail. Arkeezy is godlike on the side lane. TA, 2 buybacks coming. Arrow will hit TA. This should possibly kill. Does Sumail have another pull? Not quite yet. BKB popped by Arkeezy. They're just chasing down Mushi without S4, though.
No gem on Storm anymore.
Yep, not much damage either. Obviously, the Storm does nothing without his overload hits, but now they find the Weaver. Is it enough damage? It sure is. She plus Torrent. Moon buys back. Oh, the arrow's actually going to whiff because of the Yules, and now the 4-step away. And this is, all things are coming up EG currently.
Lina can't do anything with all this net worth. Highest net worth on Dire, and you don't feel it. It's not like you look at this fight and you're like, Lina's just manning up on everybody. She's playing like, has to play scared all the game.
I mean, Kyle, you were the one who brought up it looks like you were correct. His build is just, he's not doing anything outside of Laguna.
Everyone has their moment. Expand on this, Kyle.
0 items that increase his damage output.
Yeah.
Realistically, as a worthy value for his gold invested. Yep. Blink bots, 0 damage.
Yeah, I feel like mainly you're in a game where if you don't instantly BKB or instantly get your Yules or blink off, you die.
Yeah.
And that's so hard to play.
I would have loved to see, like, just the standard Yules. Maybe you can skip the Shadow Blade for blink, I understand that, but you need, like, the damage item. The AC in a game like this? Like, the BKB has to allow you to, like, auto-attack. If you're using it purely as this, like, caster style, where you're just trying to blink in, outplay people, I just don't feel it.
I feel Shadow Blade's just way better, even if you have this Mirana. It's just so nice, not for the sake of being the better item for picking people off, but protecting yourself.
And damage output as well.
Storm has to have a gem if he jumps you. And if he jumps you, he has to know where you are, which means he has to have like a sentry on you preemptively. I don't know. It just seems really hard for them to kill you if you have a Shadow.
Dire hits a nice scan, though. I mean, this smoke gang, right? If EG does succeed, more than likely game, but Mineski will stick to their base. They haven't even lost to tier 3 yet. They're down 6K, but I mean, a good fight. Pango, right? You get a good 2-man roll. It's just scary. This Sumail item build combined with the Kunkka, I think it's just a game changer.
And so cool too to see the Storm. I don't know if I've ever seen a Storm with this item build.
Oh, look at this middle. Are they going to look for Arkeezy? They see him. They're going to go. Oh my goodness! He blinks to the right, gets the BKB off. Are they just going to find no one? They will not. They do use his, I believe. What was his BKB at? That was a 6, so he's down to 5. But he lives.
It's worth.
And they get the bounty. It's 2 for 2 bounties, so no change.
Yep. And I like this with Roche down, Fly making his team just play top, mid and bottom waves. Easy to just control high ground, starve the map out. And with ults down, maybe you look to threaten base a bit, but no, you just collect the free T2 bottom.
You take this tier 2 while Roche is down, because when Roche is up, you can't afford to play top and bottom. So it gives them this ability to shift this side and then go back to the top half of the map.
I like Jabs just cutting the creep wave with the bugs. It doesn't succeed, but does slow them down a little bit.
And they're not even committing that hard to bottom. They know that the creep that's enchanted by Enchantress will just take it slowly but surely. And I don't know, it just feels like the entire, obviously the net worth tells us that the pace of the game has changed, but it feels like EG's the one dictating what happens next in this game.
Y'all remember what is it F7 for the graphs? I'm nervous to
I don't know. I wouldn't hit any buttons.
Yeah, I'm not hitting any buttons. But it is, obviously Mineski was up by about 10K, and now look at this, BKB will just 4-step instead. We'll have BKB on the backside though. Sumail's going in, gets some pulls. Impetus is just flying out. Ninja Boogie will die Sumail. Yule's on the backside, Moon on himself. The Impetus damage will be enough though, destroys them. And now we're gonna see a Torrent coming out. Won't hit anyone. Both
Phoenix
won't
still
hit
has
one,
egg.
but it won't matter. And yeah, Jeb, he's like, I gotta make something happen. But Fly should be able to get his egg up. They should maybe be able to bring it down to any leaps. They do have leaps. Will they need it? He didn't leaps away. And now
Oh, he tried to get the high ground.
Pangolier will die as well. And there's no buybacks. Is that just game?
Yep,
That's game.
nobody has buybacks.
Good
GG.
game.
Just
Wow. What a crazy, yeah, it was just Mineski dominating the game. Sumail makes a strange item decision from our perspective. It works out. But Moon makes a strange item decision as well. It doesn't work out, and EG 2-0's the other leader of the group.
I would say that it's different.
Invictus Gaming's turn to pick.
We saw the Diffusal Blade that Weavers can buy, and in some of the other games we've seen they've gone for Dragonlance into Maelstrom. Just buffing up your hero really early and playing that power spike can be very, very useful. So, and in addition to that, it's not that easy to counter it out in lane. Not
well, you need like heavy stuns against it, right? And at least with the Scythe, you're able to hold him in position.
They need a catch for that guy, though.
Yeah. Something other than just having to commit your big ultimate, which you want to get the kill with. And Rubik, maybe exactly that. An instant grab, also fantastic abilities to steal from both Undying as well as Weaver.
Yep, Shikuchi is amazing. Such a great spell for Rubik. It's historically a classic counter pick, so makes sense. Also gives them magic resistance aura to protect Necrophos, makes him that little bit tankier. Perhaps we will see WINSTRIKE, as a result, try to plan for how they're going to kill this Necrophos with physical damage, because their magic will be very weak if he goes for a Hood plus Null Field. Probably going to be a tough one to crack. So maybe something along the lines of a hero like Clinks, maybe, that wants to go Nullifier anyway, can remove the Ghost Shroud and just solo kill him, or... we'll see. Maybe a Lycan again, like last game.
Lycan did work pretty well, but we'd definitely be waiting for the very last pick, which WINSTRIKE does have. So they can keep it pretty flexible for the moment. And a solidly built up Weaver can do the same type of thing, right?
Wait, do they have a spec?
Yeah, last pick is WINSTRIKE's.
Oh yeah, I see, yeah. You are right.
I read a bar. It goes down the middle of the screen. It's too easy.
See, 2 months ago, I would just instantly tell you who has last pick without looking at the bar. But because I never really look at this bar, it's just by order of who has which band next. I would just know the rest of the draft. But since I haven't picked for like 2 months, it's a bit far away right now when I look at this.
You need to use that. It was a drafting site where you could draft against your mates.
Yeah, the cluster. Yeah.
That
was useful.
Yeah, but now, man, like, make it so easy to do Dota these days. You get to see the order of the picks. Remember back in Warcraft 3 Dota when we cast then, you couldn't even see abilities when you clicked. You want to check out information during the game, not available.
Oh, too bad.
It was just an empty box that was sitting in the corner. It was only ever useful for players, never for observers. Back in the days when I was a young man.
That was like 20 years ago. I'm not wrong, technically.
Well, no, technically you are wrong.
Oh, you weren't young 20 years ago?
I was young 20 years ago, but it wasn't Warcraft 3 Dota casting 20 years ago.
That's a fair point.
That would have been 13 years ago. My god, it was that long!
Dude, they actually just banned both heroes. They just banned Clinks and Lycan now.
Yep.
So they were thinking...
Let's see.
They were definitely thinking along the same lines.
Oh,
maybe I'm the Danish Q, you know? Maybe that's it.
Do you provide us with really great tools before we go out into the field?
Wait, what?
James Bond version of Q.
Oh, sorry, I did not catch that at all.
Yeah, sorry. It was
that was advanced.
It was
advanced. Next level joke.
Yeah.
Completely lost on me.
Flies over the top of your head.
When I was young, we didn't have James Bond anymore. That was when you were young.
What did Denmark?
Of course we had James Bond.
5 seconds.
Whatever.
Who was your childhood hero? It wasn't James Bond. It was Super Ted.
Oh, Venge. Okay.
Is this when we start waving a Draw Ranger flag up in the air right now?
It's a possibility.
There's no easy way to close the distance. So sounds fantastic against both of these supports and the Necro, and just enables the Weaver. I'm liking this more and more, even though we don't know the last two heroes of IG, the last cores that can close the distance.
The benefit to the Vengeful Spirit is it's a strong minus armor component for Weaver, and having the swap aggressively against Necrophos, I think, is a really strong tool. The hero depends on, like we talked about last game, being safe and staying alive.
Yeah.
And you can get burst really quickly if you get pulled into a bad position by this Vengeful Spirit, so you can definitely see this working out for WINSTRIKE. But
she's also a great save. That's the only reason why I'm still happy to toss up the Draw Ranger.
But who deals the damage right now? I don't think they kill Necro with these heroes, so somebody's got to do Someone's gonna do the work.
Well, Drow Ranger DK would be my line. You get your burst damage, you get your tower push out of it, you get your strength front line that you require.
I don't know if you want to pick DK into Necrophos. You saw it last game, it didn't go very well.
Yeah.
He lost his lane.
True.
Sure, he got some catches with the Blink Stun, but Dragon Knight never really felt like a threat in that game.
What else do you get? Something that's, like, right now IG have nothing to close the distance, but we've still got 2 more cores for them to grab.
Core Silencer.
I'm not against that.
I mean, they could. They could also pick a support Silencer, play Venge Core. Silencer's just really good this game against these 3 heroes. I'm also seeing Nyx as a tempting pick. Great hero at killing Necro. It's very powerful, but it might leave your lanes a little bit fragile. Alternatively, you go for a WINSTRIKE Classic and you get Nongrata his Doom. You could do that too. Hasn't been a very popular pick lately, but...
And you may have a lot of troubles against the Rubik and the Shadow Shaman.
He's not that bad against Rubik. I think that matchup is not that bad for Doom. I know there's a chance that Rubik can steal Doom, but...
Yeah. And he's got that control. Hello, she's here.
Okay.
So they just need a tanky hero that can play in the mid lane. That's why I like the DK. Like, he's always a good blend with the Drow Ranger because he switches his Dragon form and then gets the buff.
I'm worried for WINSTRIKE if Invictus Gaming pick Spectre now. I think they can probably pressure the Spectre in lane and maybe go from there, but it feels like a game where Spectre cannot lose to this lineup in the mid lane game. It just feels like it's not possible.
So they're going to go Wraith King instead.
Totally different approach. We haven't seen this in our last couple of games. In the beginning of the day, it got picked twice, I think, as 3rd and 4th pick.
Yeah, because it was always like that off laner they would try and run, but if Drow's got any kind of, like, if she hits level 6 and with the VS setting next to her, she won't have an issue killing off those skeletons. And she's actually really strong at doing that.
True. She can kill the skeletons pretty quickly.
You don't get the same kind of push power that you get out of the Wraith King when you've got that single target heavy damage that Drow can provide. And I'm still wondering how IG are able to hold in their lanes when Weaver's going to have that bonus damage too. Obviously, this all doesn't come early game. This comes once you hit your 6th, then you get the plus 26.
Yeah. Good Broodban. That would have been really annoying for them to deal with. Even if they had 1 counter pick for it, it would have still been annoying for this game.
So, DK, or do you actually go something we saw earlier today, which was the Invoker pickup?
For WINSTRIKE?
For WINSTRIKE. Go for the Colossus Wex. Good EMP burn against Necro and Wraith.
I think we want to see the last pick of IG first, because I think WINSTRIKE are just patiently waiting right now to get the last piece of information.
Yeah. They don't have a lot of time, though. Only 11 seconds worth of reserve time to make that choice.
What you generally want against Drow is a hero that closes the distance, so she loses her aura and you just threaten to kill her. That's why Spectre is nice. Classic counterpick to Drow is Lycan, but they banned that themselves, so can't go that.
Is Slark enough of a hero for you to consider him?
I would not pick Slark.
I'm seeing a very heavy shake of the head.
Back in the day, you would go PA against Drow, but I think PA will suffer this game. We have a really hard time.
So how would you, like, were you going to run Wraith 3, Necro 2, and then PA 1?
That's the last problem, is also the lane.
Because then you're running a PA versus Weaver and Undying Harassment off lane. Because that's what these lanes should be. It should be VS Drow, Weaver Undying, or Weaver VS together. Either way, it's a nightmare.
Oh, they banned
Huskar.
So they might want TA.
I was wondering about Huskar. Like, Wraith King can hit real hard, physical too.
My biggest concern...
And Necro.
I think Huskar would have been pretty good this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't Necro still just wreck him with Scythe?
If he's low enough, yeah. The magic resistance gets really high, so you need to get Huskar very low, and then you can Reaper him.
But have him on practically nothing.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure exactly how low he needs to be, but he needs to be pretty low. The thing here for IG is I'm concerned that their support duo is just weak. Like, how are they gonna win lanes with Rubik Shadow Shaman support duo, and they're playing against a Drow laning?
It's a Mirana.
Okay.
That's not the close distance hero you're looking for. It's a hero that can deal with Undying's Tombstone at least, but that was the least of their concerns in game 1.
I feel like this could turn out to be a great Drow game. If you don't have strong laners, you're not going to pressure Drow a lot in lane,
And then when she gets to scale and snowball her lineup, they could be looking at a very dangerous mid-game situation where these support Rubik Shadow Shaman, if they don't get much done in the laning phase, what can they really contribute in that mid-game? We talked all the good stuff about Nullfield. Well, look at WINSTRIKE. They deal physical damage in spades, so...
It is!
There's the Invoker. Quaswex would be amazing this game. It's great against Wraith King, it's great against Necro, it's great against Shadow Shaman, it's good against Mirana. Lovely pick.
And it's a great hero too when you can run a Quaswex Invoker with the Drow Ranger or a buff up, so what you lack by not picking up Exort gets stronger, and you'll alacrity buff up the Drow.
I think if WINSTRIKE win the lanes in this game, they could just run with this very quickly. This could be a pretty short game, like 25 minutes. But
maybe we actually had the 15-minute GG that everyone's searching for to get it in the compendium predictions.
At the same time, though, got to be a little bit careful with getting too excited for them, because they have no real frontliner for their Drow strat. They have Undying who can like pseudo do it, but he's still a support. And if IG do manage to do their laning well enough, even if they lose the laning stage a little bit, their team fight is still really nice. They have the front liner in the Wraith King, the Shadow Shaman wards, Rubik King maybe spell steal something useful like a Tombstone or something from Invoker, and they have tons of damage. They actually have a lot of damage between their heroes, including the supports, but they need levels, and that's the challenge here, is to get them online. I'm feeling WINSTRIKE for this game. I'm
feeling WINSTRIKE too, because this is a very comfort zone. Like, Silent played so much Drow Ranger in the early days of Dota 2. Like, Iceberg's Invoker, Iceberg in general is just, like, I was always looking for him to be one of the biggest standout heroes for WINSTRIKE. Everyone else just has to play the right way. Don't die too much, keep their lane harassment up.
What IG, I think, will be looking for in this case is to get the Necrophos in lane against Weaver. I think that's the best they can do, because that lane Weaver should lose over time, just getting out-harassed, taking damage from the Death Pulse, and Necro just regens, and then you have an aggressive dual lane with Wraith King plus Rubik or Shaman, and you try to pressure the Drow that way. I think if you in that lane, Drow doesn't actually mind that much.
Yeah.
Drow outranges him, she slows him. If he ever comes in close, you can gust him away.
The issue would be like if Rubik gets a drag back onto the Necro. Like, Honor and Shaman up on top, and Necro is taking the mid game against the Invoker. Oh, Iceberg, just take it all.
All these tips that do nothing, they're the best.
So many machine jokes right now. Observer ward's down. That will block up the pull point. I don't know if WINSTRIKE actually saw that, but that's such a critical camp as well. As a Drow Ranger, you always want this camp to be pulled out so she gets as much experience out of the lane as possible. That's as much solo experience too. Actually makes Drow Ranger really nice in this meta, the fact that you very rarely are in tri-lanes.
Yeah, but often she's not very good in 2-on-2 either, though, because, you know, she's a very weak laner, and you can get abused 2-on-2. But this game,
no fear. Uses the Wave of Terror over on Q. They're trying to contest with the runes. Non-Grata, they're pushing off IG. The arrow will connect from aggressive, but now they just have to get out of this one safely. Non-Grata will Shikuchi away. Another Wave of Terror, but no fear will have to burn through some of the tangos, but he brought 9, so
WINSTRIKE got 4 runes.
They actually got all of them?
They got all 4.
How did they get the ones on bottom? Like, that's Rubik and Wraith King.
So they played aggressively with Undying and Drow into the Rubik Wraith King, and then meanwhile, Iceberg snuck over and stole the other bounty rune.
Oh boy.
So managed to get all 4. That's a really, really good start for them.
Yeah, that's a nice early money. Necro, little bit of trouble hitting into the cold snap of Iceberg, but they've taken so much damage both ways. But that's why the salve's already coming out in the courier, not to mention a couple of extra things. He's already got a mantle flying out as well. Nexus is forcing the issue. Fortifies the creep wave, so he can battle underneath the tower. And thanks to his death boss, this creep wave stays alive for so long.
This is really, really big what's happening right now for XXS. He's winning the lane super hard. This is...
Did Iceberg just lose 2 range creeps as well? Like, he didn't get anything from the 2 range.
He's getting dominated here.
That's forcing down the lane. He's pinging out. He wants some help to try and come over. Bobika's causing problems on bottom lane, so Silence forced to fight underneath the tower. Now, always want to fly Khan's just zone out ZRF this way. But No Fear's made his way over. So Necro's on the move out. Iceberg has nothing really to help out, but maybe No Fear's got enough damage. The courier's on his way in. He's got himself a salve. He'll wait till he gets uphill. Magic Missile with a Wave of Terror keeps the vision, and No Fear, well, he was dumpstering the lane XSS, but No Fear takes the first blood solo and creates the space.
That was very necessary. Now Iceberg is back in the lane again. He's still losing it on CS, but in terms of net worth, the heroes are pretty even now.
I'm kind of surprised that, like, in that point, should Iceberg have fortified and kept his own creep wave alive?
I think so.
Because he had it the whole time, and now XS is just doing exactly the same thing as before. 2 more attacks would do it from XSS. And Iceberg just doesn't know how to stand in this lane.
This is terrible for him. Oh my god, if he dies to 5 HP.
Calculated.
He's losing a full wave at his tower. He's not even getting the XP right now. He's getting zoned off completely.
And XSS can just stand his ground and take it. Iceberg needs almost permanent help in this mid lane. Tornado's not even long enough. Wastes it. The call snap with the tower. He may have enough damage. Her range will die in the meantime. XSS, nothing can reach him. Even with these attacks, Iceberg, XSS can just salve back up again. I know Bobika was looking for a nice little gank moment on the bottom because he had himself a double damage rune.
This lane in theory is actually really strong. The telekinesis into the Mortal Strike. So you lift the enemy into the spawn skeletons and then Wraith King stuns and they just hit the drow. I bet that's how they got the kill before. I was looking mid though, but
yeah, so was I.
This is a laning stage that's turning into a stomping from IG. They lost, remember, they lost all 4 runes.
Yep.
And now they're ahead of on net worth, also losing first blood. That is pretty unheard of level minute 3 to be able to do that.
And the lanes don't really change around. Like Weaver doesn't become aggressive until Dro has 6, but while Bobika and SRF can beat this strong, Cold Arrows slow down SRF. So always want to fly gets back behind the tower and away from the minions. But this is the nightmare for Silent. Like, he can't get close to the lane. Same thing as Iceberg. Like, it's 7-2 CS, the 21-2 of mid. EMP, Tornado, at least be able to create some kind of problems. But he's still regenerating it up.
That's still good for Iceberg. He got 3 CS out of that. At least. Rune being grabbed by XXS, but lost the CS in his tower. He was probably hoping for another rune than Illusion. It's a pretty bad rune right now for this hero.
Creep wave falls on again on bottom lane. See this time if Silent cannot be dived. Nice Observer Ward's up from No Fear, so Q. His movement is very much telegraphed to WINSTRIKE, but then again, Chikuchi forward, perfect. On the shackles from Q, and the follow-up arrow, and the Ether Shock. No Fear got the first blood, but he's had nothing since then.
And so far so good for IG, right? Imagine if they got some bounty runes in the beginning. They would have more than a 1k gold lead.
Now IG's going to get all 4 bounties.
Are they?
Potentially. Arrow flies forward, will be dodged off. Q's in trouble, starts his TP. That'll be unsuccessful.
Ambitious.
But he got the bounty. So yeah, they take all 4 runes. SRF looking to go after Dro Ranger. He has to gust him back. Nice little push, but the movement speed is just so good. Another blast off cooldown in 2 seconds time. And thanks to the pickup from Bobika, they're in range, but Dro Ranger stick charges keeping her alive. But the minions from Wraith King are just way too powerful. I always want to fly, might be able to get a pick off onto Bobika, but no. Even with the double decay hit, it's not enough work. And this Dro Ranger's life's a living hell. Another EMP Tornado with a Wave of Terror, but XSS, he'll lose mana, but he's got 8-1 charges available too.
Yeah, he has enough mana to go Shred now, so he can Shroud Stick whenever he needs and get a lot of mana and health. He's actually going to do that just now, so. Back up to 300 mana, just like that. Very nice. Some would say very balanced. But it's Ghost Shroud really makes this hero. Ghost Shroud and Reaper really make the hero.
Bottom lane again, Silent. Life is really not worth living with this Drow Ranger. 3 deaths now, 6 minutes into the game. There's definitely diminishing returns from IG as far as the gold they get, but you get all the returns in the world when Drow Ranger is continuously delayed from level 6.
And this kill is good because not only do they take the Drow out, but the skeletons stay alive. And that means that when they're pushing this tower, they have Wraith King skeletons and Siege Creep and 2 heroes down here. And Always Wanna Fly will not be able to defend this tower on his own. He might actually even get dope here.
VS is on the way. Drow Ranger's running past the tier 2 tower. Quick hit on the Mortal Strike. They drop down the Tombstone as No Fear can't get close enough for the stun. You can decay onto Bobica, but that Tombstone gets very much wasted. Not to mention the experience underneath the bottom tower and the damage onto the tier 1 tower. Treant in this game.
Q was mid-animation on Shackles and non-Grad at top.
Maybe gets them Iceberg. Very low on life. XSS keeps the run going. 1 more attack. 2 more attacks will have to do it. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Wave of Terror's the wrong direction. XSS ran up the lane, and No Fear's committed pretty deep for that. Was just short of his magic missile because he threw that second wave of Terror.
What a big kill that would have been, though. A level 4 hero killing the level 7 hero in mid. Solo. So much XP.
Shackles from Q. Bobica just needs to fade bolt. Doesn't have the stick charges for it.
They're actually not getting him, no.
But No Fear will survive. And he'll even be able to stack up Ancients on his way through.
Man, this is a sad draw. He's real sad.
Yeah.
Helm of the... Wait, what? His Helm of the Dominator on Wraith King.
Really?
Oh boy. We have not seen this build yet this tournament, I think, from Wraith Kings.
We have not.
Multiple Wraith Kings. At least I have not noticed Helm of the Dawn build. So it's different. Something different from SRF here.
Seems to be a great thing to enable a dive.
Absolutely, yeah. They can tank up long for the skeletons, and a lot of the times help close the distance for a second Wraith Fire Blast if you have the right creep.
Q's moving
nice
down.
for the consistent lane pressure.
Silent seems to be rare, or like of 2 minds if he wants to stick around. Angrada will TP in, and looks like the calls come in. It still seems very iffy if WINSTRIKE want to take this, because Silent is not 6 yet. So this defense has to work. So Tombstone will be dropping. They're looking to the Wraith King. He doesn't. Okay, he'll level up Ankh right now. So it does burn off. And they'll try and kill him off again. EMP Tornado, burn off this mana, combining with the Cold Snap. Wraith King, this is a big kill for WINSTRIKE, but they brought 5 heroes to do this. So XSS makes the most of the opportunity, pushes to mid tier 1 tower, and Aggress is going to do the same up on top.
I don't think that was worth it. I think they overcommitted to this. Sure, they get this kill, and yes, he does skill reincarnation, but a 5-man rotation for that 1 kill, while the Mirana is now totally free farming, and so was Necro for 2 full waves.
They'll be able to get the Observer Ward at least. Their scan pinged out the fact that Q was going in a little bit deeper. And yeah, there it is. Instantly they'll get rid of that deep Observer Ward. Small mercy, small advantage. Take what you can get.
And now that they've left the bottom lane, SRF is like, okay guys, you want to go again?
you want to take 4 bounty runes?
Another one?
You got 15 seconds to do it in.
True, yeah, the runes are coming up. Aggressive has cooldown on arrow, so I don't think he's going to try to steal the enemy bounty rune top, but he will definitely grab his own, and Always Wanna Fly will not be getting this. So this will be 3 runes for IG and 1 for WINSTRIKE.
Yep. God, so Silent is just begging for level 6. Life is so hard as a Drow Ranger before you have that.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Nice haste room for Q, but he's not going to try and capitalize on Always Wanna Fly. Always Wanna Fly, stay away from Silent. He needs every inch of this experience. You just saw new sentries being planted. Q on the D ward, able to claim it.
Shaman looks so funny with haste.
Oh, they get the shackles off too.
Always Wanna Fly looks
and
so
stolen
dead.
decay and Gust. Oh, create a little bit of space. There's support on the way from the Invoker. VSTP, and you'll get the Tombstone off as No Fear able to hit Connect on his son and Wave of Terror. So Wraith King on 0 armor at the moment. They keep the Cold Snap going. Remember that reincarnation is such a long cooldown. They'll even deny the Tombstone.
Nice
Drow Ranger finally hits level 6, so bonus damage has arrived, and the defense is good.
But Boca died too. He got run down by the Weaver. So 2 good kills there for WINSTRIKE. Forced them out of their jungle again. Still though, aggressive free farming top hasn't really changed much. And the net worth
swap
CS, so.
into the EMP burn. As you said, Necro likes to sit in the back line of play. He'll get the Ghost Shroud off as well as the Death Bottom with the help of Q. Well, he'll be able to potentially survive another tornado to fly through. Excess is so low on life, but with a Starfall, a quick time lapse out, no fear. One more attack from Aggressive will do the job. Iceberg comes back out of his Ghost Walk on 5 HP. Survives for Baboka. Just Shikuchi's his way forward. Hits him with the Fade Bolt. Finds the kill. And it's not what WINSTRIKE was really looking for. They wanted to finish the Necro, but incapable.
And it's only going to get harder when he starts getting an item or two. He's buying armor right now, which I think is the good choice going for the Veil build. You can see him though, the Helm of the Iron will help a lot against the next play, because sure, this Invoker is dealing some magic damage with the EMP Tornado, but apart from that, it's really the physical attacks that are getting the job done. As long as he survives to get the Ghost Shroud off, they don't really finish him off.
Another way around it. For now, I think they're just happy that WINSTRIKE are able to get some farm on the map, and the fact that they're only like 2,000 net worth behind. Like, this is a bit of a dream, if you think about it. It could be a hell of a lot worse.
Judging from how the game started, it could be a lot worse and a lot better. Because they got all the bounty runes in the beginning, and the first blood, but then all of their lanes, they kind of got pressured a lot.
Yep. So, smoke is up. They were out of range of the Dire Observe Ward on the hillside. And it's WINSTRIKE rotating to the bottom lane. So SRF underneath the Observe Ward. Baboka, they know he ran forward as well. And they want to rotate around to EMP burn into Tornado. Tombstone's up on the hill. So SRF can't do anything about it. He's got 1 charge that's available. It would have been enough to bring him in range of reincarnation. But he did not get it off in time. The stuns exist. Baboka still with Shikuchi. So he feels pretty confident to survive on this offlane.
It's going to TP top. They're looking for Nangrata, but he's very far away. This move is not happening.
Shikuchi down a range of the Sentry Ward, but they just commit Mass Serpents. So IG can try and take this tier 1 tower, but support's on the way. Undying's arriving, no Tombstone available. But Nangrata's trying to finish off a couple of these Serpent Wards. Stop the push. Double Decay will help with that.
Oh, if Baboka gets this echo, this could be really good for them.
Yeah, looking to wrap around the back with Shikuchi. He moves so quickly. And he wants to pick up over on the Weaver, so then they can get the arrow. There's nothing to block it at all. They connect. And with Starfall as well as Ether Shock, that's a lot of burst damage. No fear trying to actually battle it out, but there's still a couple of Serpent Wards, not to mention 3 heroes running right through him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It seems like a very scrambled defense.
Oh, Iceberg ran right into Sentry. They didn't have telekinesis. He could have died there, actually. Just ran straight through it, but nobody stopped him.
Baboka stole Ghost Walk. And they're going to shrine up in a second too. Very efficient usage considering how much all 3 players need to regen. I suppose looking for his moment in mid, but okay, no, there is no moment. No one else is there. Silent is still farming inside the jungle.
Now Baboka will trying to find Nangrata once again, this time with a different invis.
Yeah, that's that Ghost Walk. In close, and pick up. Nope, he'll go invis. Runs down into the trees, comes back up again, and now they get the grab into the arrow. Perfect synergy once again. We expect nothing else from Invictus Gaming, and I just love it how Baboka is just bringing this roaming support.
It's been really impactful with Rubik this game. It worked out so much better than I thought. Before the game started, I said they would have weak support.
The Gust, perfect. The Tombstone from always on a fly. There's just no way for Q to run away. And Aggressive, he leaped out. He's still got another one available. The Magic Missile will connect an Iceberg's rotation over. Aggressive's had such a good game. But they were looking for the bounties, which maybe they've been taking a little bit more for granted. WINSTRIKE take the bounties and the 2 kills. And Iceberg quickly TPs over. Again, this Observe Ward gives them information. The EMP Tornado, the Cold Wall needs to be put up to slow him down. He's got a couple of 1 charges up, so if he wants to burn the Reincarnation, he can do so. Still a very long cooldown on it. The Sunstrike hits. It does. And 1 more attack. They can't reach him. Decay is too far off.
Very, very close. They would have been happy to just get a Reincarnation there. But not enough.
Yep. Mid tower does get denied while that was going on. So it's lost, but No extra money for Invictus Gaming. But they're losing map control, WINSTRIKE. You're 16 minutes in. I suppose your top tower of IG is pretty much doomed.
Yeah, they could have denied that.
And they're holding on to it for now. And now it's Silent who's fighting underneath a defensive vision, Observer and Sentry on the hillside. But it's mid-smoke that IG are preparing. They may want an extra one, and yeah, they're coming back for XSS.
They're going to make the move. So when this game started, I said it's really important for IG that their lanes, that they don't get crushed with this Rubik Shadow Shaman support duo. And I think it went beyond expectation, this early laning stage. So now they're hitting this timing where they have the Wraith King Blink Dagger.
He ran in. Sentry, they got the Hex off, shocked as well as Scythe.
See ya.
The Gust will get onto 3, but look at him run forward, aggressive. He wants a piece of this. Moonlight Shadow down, but the Sentry Ward is there. That's why aggressive. Still very visible. Swaps him onto the Silent, which actually cancels the aura for half a second. Weaver will buy back, looking to continue to be part of this fight. XSS begins his TP out. Is there a stun? Yeah, there is. And the Gust over onto Iceberg. Took so much damage for this, but Silent just stood his ground most of the time as Nongrada is battling the rest of Invictus Gaming on the right side. It's SRF totally isolated. And what a team fight for WINSTRIKE. Nongrada cannot keep up with Rubik, as 1, he's undying, and 2, he's got Shikuchi.
And that was only the 1 buyback from the Weaver, and they got a great fight out of that. That was a very good decision. They realized that IG were committing into a position where they kind of had no turning back. I think aggressive, especially, was very out of position there. Played it too far up.
Arrows connecting. Nongrada doesn't have time left, but he's got 21 charges, and Shikuchi kills off Bobica with the extra life he was granted.
Value Ogre Axe. That made the entire difference.
It did.
Actually. He would have died and not got a kill.
I was like Silent and... well, okay. I don't know if Nofia really intended to hit the shrine just then, but either way.
This can start balling really quickly now for WINSTRIKE. That fight was crucial. They get the Shadow Blade on Drow completed. And who's getting treads? Is that the Venge? Yeah, so Venge will get treads. Treads Drum, almost level 12, minute 18 on their position 4. The Invoker got a lot out of that last fight too, and Weaver with the completed Dragon Lance. The peak that they're hitting now, they hit so hard with their heroes.
Yeah.
If IG are not on top of each other and get a very quick counterplay, their heroes just die too quickly.
Yeah. It just seems so rough as well. No fear. Yeah, Iceberg doesn't want anything to do with that. It's not what he was looking for. Mid lane in the meantime, pick up over on Always Wanna Fly. He'll get a soul rip off, gives him some extra life, but not enough. Now Silent comes into the fight, and yeah, he hits like an absolute truck. He'll get the kill on Wraith King, realize this was the moment to fight. And he has an escape mechanism anyway. Top lane, here comes Iceberg under the Sentry Ward. He'll dodge back. He saw IG moved and reacted to it. He's in between 2 Sentry Wards. The top tower, denial? Nah, missed from the Weaver.
Aggressive has good damage with that Yasha Aquila build.
Q's hiding under the cover of Moonlight Shadow. He wants to get the Hex, Shackle, Iceberg, he's got defense. Tornado only catches on 2, then stolen by Baboka. And looks for his own target, Q. The Beatles are on him and no fear is going to arrive. IG know they cannot take this fight. Hit by both Wave of Terror and the Swarm. Flies a little too hard. Mid lane Silent. Blinks him, invis himself away. But connected on by Dust, goes for the Gust, and the TP out. The Gust needed to be able to connect to make it work. Meanwhile, Baboka will die up on top lane.
That was so close. That was a really nice attempt from Baboka. He was super low, stole Shikuchi, got it off before the attack from Weaver connected on him, but they still had Dust on the Weaver, and he was able to run him down and get the hit off one more time. But yep, that's 2 big core kills for IG though. They got both the Invoker and the Drow. The Drow kill going to the Mirana makes it even better. That's a complete Manta style. Excellent item against Gust. Can even be clutch with it and avoid EMP.
Looking towards the bottom lane. Eulceptor might be able to help set up for the arrow, but Iceberg's got such high movement speed, 502 with the phase boost activated. And Drow range is building up even higher. What's she sitting at? So she's giving everyone plus 60 at the moment on the field. don't think we need to start the counter. But they look towards Roshan. All that bonus damage has to go somewhere. Into the big man's the easiest thing. A little bit of negative armor. Tombstone for protection. And Invictus Gaming, they don't have Moonlight Shadow just yet. It's still on cooldown for a couple of seconds, but it's already too late. WINSTRIKE already have the kill, and Iceberg, he goes hunting. He's got the Aegis Immortal. He's looking for a couple of levels up, a couple of charges to that Spirit Vessel, and they jump him in. But here comes the rest of the fight. The swap out, Tornado EMP. They're going to burn off everything this Wraith King has to offer, so No Fear will die. And he actually gets the War Trap? No, they'll cut him down. And away to safety, but Nongrata finds his target. Over towards XSS. Aggressive has to man to get rid of the Cold Snap so he can keep the run going. Great EMP steal from Baboka. Causes problems. Silent has no more cold arrows to work with. And these Mass Serpent Wards are a pain in their butt.
This feels like the exact same play from last game, where WINSTRIKE get the Roche, and IG want to fight them. They run in, and they just lose the fight because they go on the guy who has Aegis. It's literally the same play that just happened in the second game. This time I would say it's less crucial what happened, but at the same time they also didn't even kill the Aegis guy. But at the very least, Wraith King's reincarnation did not go off. He was out of mana. I don't know if that was a good or a bad thing actually. Maybe they could have fought with a second life, but that fight looked grim from the beginning.
If they actually fought, they probably would have lost even more.
I think so too.
And the Drow Ranger, like, you know how heavily Silent got shut down early on? He's now #1 on the net worth. The catch-up is real. Baboka starts his TP out. They don't have the damage. They don't even have the stun to cancel it. So away to safety, but the pings are coming. They want those bottom towers. They want that last remaining tier 1 tower from Invictus Gaming WINSTRIKE.
I think they're going to get it too. I'm pretty sure Invictus Gaming don't want to fight for these 2 towers. They'll probably give them both up and just push down the other lanes and accept this loss.
Yep.
But we'll see. They have taken a couple of fights in the series that were maybe ill-advised, but...
questionable at best?
Yeah. Look at how fast this push went. Yeah, ridiculous how quickly they took that.
Silent's actually TPing off it. Nongrata can probably do this by himself. He's got a double damage room bottled up. But they look towards the top lane. So Silent Invis, if he hits the Gust, it won't be enough because Mirana still has the Manta Style, so they need a follow-up stun to hold her there. Or some kind of swap to get it to jump into the wrong direction. Iceberg's just taking bottom lane himself. 246 damage. Sure. It's a thing. But support's coming over. Moonlight Shadow up. Wraith King with his Blink Dagger wants to close the distance. They have Observer and Sentry available, so SRF runs through it, and they know. Nongrata will go invis, they get the dust off, and then the blink forward, looking for a quick time lapse. He'll have to be quick. That EMP from Rubik, still stolen, and they'll get the scythe kill onto him. 95 seconds without the Weaver. That's a very long time for the Aegis to basically sit there doing nothing, because they cannot fight without the Weaver. Or don't want to fight without the Weaver.
Yeah, does he? No, he's not even close to buyback. So, absolutely no way for this. Yeah, this should just be a bottom tower, really, for IG. They still have the Mass Serpent wards on Q, who is closing in on a really big level for Shadow Shaman. That level 15, the cast range on this hero is so good. That is one of the better support talents in the game. 125 cast range for Shadow Shaman.
They actually try and defend it, or they slow it down? Like an EMP Tornado from Iceberg should buy some time, but it won't buy 55 seconds. So there's Tornado, catches 2 with it, follow up EMP, Cold Snap onto the Wraith King. They burn off everything, he's gone once more. Combining with the Spirit Vessel, SRF is having a real hard time running away when he's Cold Snapped up. Bobika, he's the next big target into the tree line. Rubik has been an absolute pain in the ass, and the swap, they get the pullback onto the Necro. Defensive fuel set, they can shroud as well as have the 20-stick charge, but not when Iceberg slaps the deafening blast at just the right time.
Nice hold. And the tombstone placement here was really good. There's no way IG can fight into this position when they get jumped like this. And yeah, sure, Weaver is dead, but the Aegis on Invoker. Iceberg is really playing to his advantage in these situations, just taking advantage of the second life to basically intimidate IG. If he doesn't have the Aegis, they really want to go for him there, but they feel like they can't make this play. And they might not be getting as many objectives out of this Aegis as they perhaps could. They're getting kills. Staying ahead.
Yep. That graph has done nothing but move up. So while the gold advantage doesn't look as huge, like it's 2.5k, it's the experience which is at 6.5.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot across the map.
Inflated because of the Weaver XP talent, of course, but Shaman has one too, so it's not as inflated as it could be.
Yeah, you went plus 35%. Suppose, like, is there ever a point to get mana break?
There is. There are some games where you do it. It would be tempting this game, right? You're playing against Wraith King. So
but then your Invoker kind of does all the other work you need to.
And he already built Diffusal too, so that's...
Well, that's a nice DD rune sitting top river. Someone with a bottle want that one? Silent? Alright, we can just grab it anyway. So plus 381 damage and 197 base damage to a Ranger. I think it's time to push high ground, Send. Because you've still got the Aegis for a little bit longer. And I mean a little bit. It's really not long. Moonlight Shadow from IG.
It's gone.
It's actually gone?
It is gone.
Okay.
It ran out a moment ago.
Okay. Go on.
Pushing high ground is still tricky though. It's really not easy to breach the high ground in this game.
Looks like IG know where WINSTRIKE are. They're not taking the fight.
SRF spawned his boys. I actually thought he was going to keep them for a fight. Just going to farm Ancients for now. Now they smoke. I don't know about this then, because if you spawn these skeletons, they're AFK because they got smoked. They're waiting for a better day. They're just standing there.
Okay.
That sucks because I thought he was going to spawn these. If he spawns them there, it's to push out bottom wave so far that WINSTRIKE have to go and defend. But now he doesn't have them for the fight. That kind of matters actually. Like those 7 skeletons that he can't bring to the fight now can definitely make a difference.
Always want to fly, breaks the smoke. Wraith King looking for the target. As Undying starts with the earlier decay. Sentry wards are down. Now Tombstone into the ultimate, and Necro quickly silenced up. SRF will lose his mana. He has his secondary life, however, but XSS being isolated in the back lines, and they want to bring him down. Angrada can do that almost by himself. And Invictus Gaming, this fight did not look good from the start. Yet still, they trunched down the road and got slapped.
They brute forced that fight so hard. They fought into a team that was better set up and had 10 seconds to react. Wraith King walked into Undying, didn't want to stun him, kept just walking in a straight line. It's like, you know what?
It's not the hero I want, right?
Here we are, cast your Tornado EMP on our cores. And yep, that did not go over well. This is Rax, I think. It's only 20 seconds, but they push so fast. This is an Alacrity. Draw hits for 500. He hits for 500.
The attack speed as well is ridiculously strong.
Oh my god.
That's the DPS going through the roof. IG have lost their melee. That was an 18-second window. Sunstrike, it's off target. Q is literally standing still. As they get the jump, it's going to be swapped, stolen by Baboka. He'll have to use it to try and save the Mirana.
That was not a good Reaper.
Yeah, it went on a full HP Invoker. TP away to safety for the Drow Ranger. Always want to fly as well as Nongrata could just walk it out. Just like a stitch. This is, yeah. Invictus Gaming. I just wonder what you're thinking.
They've made a couple of really questionable calls this game about what fights to pick. I think they have chosen fights that just didn't favor them 2 or 3 times. And WINSTRIKE are gonna just take advantage of you when you do that. They got way too many kills out of this. They got so much farm that maybe they shouldn't have had after the laning stage that they had in the beginning, but they took the fights that were available and just made the most of it, really. This Quaswix Invoker has been super useful this game.
He's okay. It's forcing SRF to blink away. Yeah, everything just syncs up nicely for this draft. Weaver's cracked his 22. He went for the +2 swarm.
Oh, Iceberg top. He got lifted
this is
into
a big
Hex.
pickup. Support is on the way, and they're having a hard time killing him off. Support's coming in from the south. VS swap. Iceberg, he swapped down and swapped around. He'll be completely turned around, but IG didn't know exactly where to fight, and No Fear is sacrificing himself. It is a full retreat from WINSTRIKE.
Swap to swap. Good save. That is worth dying for sure.
Boboka's been really on the mark too. Like, he's always had fantastic abilities, like the EMP burn in mid lane previously.
Shikuchi plays, Ghost Walk plays.
They smoked underneath the Observer Ward.
I think WINSTRIKE might want this fight. Even 4 on 5. If they could heal up their Invoker beforehand and just fight on their high ground.
He's not using his Spirit Vessel for the moment.
That's a bit surprising.
They have an illusion of Drow Ranger moving as though it may be the real one. probably hoping for a bait attack. They're going to use the Shrine to get Iceberg up. Observe Ward. He sees a lot. SRF just jumps straight in. He only now turns on the Blade Mail. The damage is high. They're waiting it out. They're just kiting him at the moment. As well, is there an EMP? Is there another control? There isn't. They just burn through the Aegis. Another tornado onto the Necro. Send him up. Bring it back down again. Nograda has the kill. Another sight onto 100% HP hero. Silent needs his distance. He does not have it, but it will not matter. Iceberg is so strong when he's alacritied up by himself. And they are chasing IG into the trees where I believe people say it's safe, but always want to fly. Runs in close. They do get the earn off onto Mirana. So she'll fall. Q with the TP out. Won't happen. A triple kill for Iceberg. Bobak will be successful, but he's the only survivor from IG, and barely. That tornado only just came off cooldown.
I might sound like a broken record here, but that looked like another fight that IG just forced super hard into really dangerous territory. I get that they want to try to take fights, but it's just not the way to go about it. It's especially not when they're playing into this Crossbox Invoker that they can't solve this problem. They actually just can't solve it. They don't have enough damage when he BKBs, and the Necrophos is getting into really awkward situations where he can't get any meaningful Reaper off. That was another fight where he tries to Reaper defensively. That's a really bad sign when that happens.
And he Reapers the hero seed, like, even controlling doesn't mean that much. Like, he Reapered Undying after Undying popped all of his abilities.
Oh, it was Undying even?
It was Undying.
Yeah, that's ugly.
It was Undying when he was, like, at 95% HP.
That doesn't help.
No, it does not. So you're right, they're forcing it, but it's... Like, when you force it, you can imagine them going on a singular target, but... It seems like everyone in IG just have a different idea of which target they need to go on.
But I also think when they choose this fight, right? They choose this fight where they smoke in and place a ward, but they don't have Moonlight Shadow. Because if they have Moonlight Shadow there, it will be a different kind of jump, most likely, where they can surprise WINSTRIKE. But WINSTRIKE just saw the smoke break, and that's a dead Roche.
That's 557 damage on a Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
That they will now give the Aegis the Immortal to. Iceberg took the cheese. They know Iceberg can survive a lot longer than the Drow Ranger can. And she has been a pretty big target for the rest of IG. They just could never get the Necro down to her.
The Necro has felt super underwhelming this game. Like, really, really underwhelming.
Shrine is under attack.
Oh, Shrine's getting beaten down. Silent does so much damage, but even by the time IG want to try and fight this, it'll take too long. And they Moonlight Shadow, but there's no opening they found. Even Radiant Sentry, what did Baboka get? Okay, that took a while to reach him, but he still Gust. Nice arrow, 5 seconds on Iceberg. They force-staff him away, and this SRF even put up the back, and they got perfectly hit by the Swarm, and still didn't get the kill on Iceberg. The silence was there, but he was 20% after the sight. Buybacks have to come thick and fast, because Aggressive is getting ripped apart. Drow Ranger, the Aegis Immortal will break, but with the cold snap out, it's a triple kill for Iceberg. This Invoker is going ham.
Has 4 vessels, he can heal up his entire team, and they can keep this push going if they want, or they could just settle for, how many buybacks was that?
They got 3. They got, actually, on all 3 cores brought back.
3 cores, and all they lost was an Aegis and a cheese. That is such a big win.
And now they give Iceberg an Arcane Rune and go back in and fight.
And an Oxrine core as it looks, so all his spells will have like 5-second cooldown. That's pretty hype.
Yeah. Don't think he'll spend that money now, however.
Oh, he might. I don't think he has to save buyback right now. I actually don't think there's a threat that IG end this game or take racks even if they get a bad fight. I think you just buy up here.
What is IG up to? Like, why are they moving as 5? Like, is it so someone could buy something at the secret shop?
They need to move together because they're terrified. Like, if they get jumped and they're not close to each other, we talked about it earlier in the game. The damage comes out so fast from WINSTRIKE that they have to be in range to react for each other so quickly.
I suppose that's the only place too with vision. Like the Observer Sentry Ward gives them some level of comfort, which they do not find in their other jungle. Yeah, but WINSTRIKE are preparing now for the mid push. Top lane's already been taken care of. It wasn't even a hero that killed off the Ranger Axe. It was 2 catapults that pushed him previously. And they see Bobrika by himself, but you know Bobrika's going to have Escape, Blink Force, and TP with 21 charges. Just needs to relieve the pressure on the bottom lane. Starts his TP already. And Nograda's too late.
But they are super cornered in their base now. Very limited on options here, IG.
They Moonlight Shadowed. They're coming out.
This is an all-in play. If this one fails, the game is over, and they know it. So they're hoping, they're banking on the WINSTRIKE team being spread out.
Pick up, throw down with the Starfall and the Scythe. They get the kill.
Not
2
bad.
minutes and a bit extra change, where the Weaver is down. Meanwhile, buff up a Force Spirit and take out a tier 3 tower.
Dire's middle
Did they actually use the Drow Aura too? Drow Aura, click, 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 click. Not happening.
He just used it now.
Little late though.
Too late, yeah. That actually could have maybe been a range tracks.
Yeah.
They used it straight away.
Well, they just go again. They've still got the Aura up and running, so alright, here we go once more. This is why you don't need SD Luna, you just send in Force Spirits to do your dirty work for you. And the Lincoln Sphere is completed on the Drow Ranger, so silent. Defensive item for him. Wraithfire Blast, Scythe. Rather difficult to latch.
Oh, this item could be big for IG. They just got an Axe on Shaman. He's getting level 20. Q is actually really farmed this game. For his team. Obviously, Baboka is way richer, but given the circumstance this game is in, this is a pretty rich Shaman.
I love when
20 just off.
Iceberg's Tornado lasts so long that he actually had trouble timing the EMP against SRF.
Yeah, did he take... No, I didn't take the lift time talent. He took the Chaos Meteor contact damage.
Finally, WINSTRIKE have found that Observer Ward on bottom lane. As IG go very much dark on the map, the creep wave's the only thing really giving them vision outside their own base, but still, they decide they're going to invis Moonlight Shadow Walk underneath the Observer and the Sentry. Looking for a kill. This seems questionable after you just lost your Observer and Sentry in the same position.
They really just want to try to take a fight while Weaver's dead. But WINSTRIKE's not giving it to them. They're just gonna wait. They're like, well, we have 2 lanes that are pushing in all the time, both mid and top. So if they're not dealing with this, sooner or later they're gonna have to go back.
Yep.
They can just sit here and wait. Actually, Silent right now is taking a little bit of a risk farming that Ancient camp, but his teammates were nearby with the Vengeful swap, so probably would have been safe either way.
They're just waiting for next Roshan, probably.
And now they should be getting some info.
No, they got 2.5 minutes before Roshan could spawn.
Looks like Always Wanna Fly might want to go for a smoke maneuver and catch the Invictus Gaming side in their base. They start pushing out top. He was drawing some sort of a line on the map.
Well, they are grouped up, but no smoke.
Not yet.
They are lined up for it. Still working on items defensive for IG. It's a Crimson Guard that SRF is dreaming he can complete one day.
There's smoke.
Alright. So they use Iceberg as the front liner. It's pretty damn tanky, 2.8k. He's actually hitting himself. That was 500 as well for the Invoker. What's he get? He's getting plus 86 from Precision Aura. And he's got his Alacrity buff up too. So they're smoked up. Mirana revealed. Wraith King as well. Wraith breaks the smoke, but they swap in. They wanted aggressive. He'll Manta and then leap back up again. SRF's in pretty deep, but then the Lincolns, it protected the Vengeful Spirit and the time lapse. It comes in once more. Aghanim's buffed up. An easy, quick save. SRF has no way to run back out this one. And even with the Aghanim's upgraded Shaman wards, which were problematic for WINSTRIKE, it's not enough to cause that many problems. And Cataclysm just leveled up. Use it instantly. Everyone splits for IG though.
Hit absolutely nothing.
Oh, they got the Wraith King dead for a minute. That's more than enough of an opening for WINSTRIKE just to go up.
Yep, healing everybody up nicely with the Vessel and with the Soul Rip. And Iceberg's going to save one last Vessel charge to use offensively with Cold Snap.
But no Mass Serpent wards, no Reaper's Scythe,
Yeah,
no Moonlight Shadow.
Another Reaper that... I get where they were coming from trying to get the Venge, but they used it too early anyway, and there was the X-Weaver. I don't know if they noticed that one, though.
It was the first time it was used, right?
Yeah, it was.
Gust over onto Silent, tries to actually break free. He's just standing his ground. Doesn't have that much to work with, apart from his team. His team's still actually a lot to work with.
Yep, that was another Axe time lapse, so Silent got back to full.
Baboka, Spirit Vessel's on him, 4-stars up. They got the dust revealed just in case he has any kind of invis. And Baboka almost being pushed out of the map, out of the game. He can stay in the tournament for now, but WINSTRIKE got to push a little bit harder to get him out of that. But 2 full lanes of racks down and the tier 3 tower on bottom. Shrine's already gone. They can come back for the 40-minute bounty runes. And the lead. This just seems to happen again. Like it happened in game 1. You were commenting about it. You just have this huge shift in the way of WINSTRIKE. This isn't as powerful as game 1, but just feels like we've hit that point where IG is totally locked out of playing in this game.
It came around the Roche move again. Like, WINSTRIKE go to the Roche, they get it for free, then IG are like, oh, let's fight them. And they go in the middle of the map, try to jump the guy who has Aegis, and just get a horrible fight out of it. It's been the same play in both games, and that's really been one of the defining moments in both of the victories that we're assuming WINSTRIKE are going to win this game by now. It's very unlikely they lose.
So wait, where's my win probability? We're at 99%.
Alright. The last 1% is... I don't know.
The ultimate throw.
I don't know what the last percent is.
Does it change with Roshan going their way? No, it still says 99%. This is Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher, and it's Invoker who's holding the Refresher for the moment. He actually doesn't have a slot for it.
1%'s got to be Iceberg running down mid and breaking his items or something.
I denied all my items. I don't know how it happened. Ask KYXY.
I wonder what would happen to the win percentage if he just broke all his items, actually. What it would say. That would be... Do it for science.
Yeah. I denied for science. Throw range is buffed up again. My
Their net worth advantage
is almost
more
600.
than
Now you jump, comes in. The swap inside. There's still not enough. It's the Weaver they aim for. He'll do self. Time lapse back out. Goodbye Necro. Goodbye Raid King. That's the second life of his. And really goodbye Invictus Gaming. They've lost 3 heroes. GG is the call. And WINSTRIKE. They didn't have a good start for today, but they end beautifully with a 2-0. Wow, indeed, LD.
So that will now put IG on a score of 2 and 4. And
WINSTRIKE 2-2.
2-2, yep. Okay. They close out the day very nicely here. With 2 games that were... They were different in picks, but when you saw how the game played out, it was very similar.